sure. It was like a hustle job searching items because I worked there and I was angry school as well. I was independent
And we're on.
Hi.
Hello, Jakob.
Hello, Sam.
Jagune.
Yes,
Dogune.
that is I. Nope,
Segune.
that joke was made in high school too many times.
Okay.
But I still like it. That's fine. It's cute.
All right.
It's
Okay. What time is it?
Is that why I need my phone?
Yeah.
You told me I need my phone.
Mhm.
It is almost 23. It is 11 p.m.
And the date?
What's up?
What's the date?
The date is September 2nd. It's a Friday, soon to be a Saturday.
Hmm.
And summer is over, which is sad.
Which is lovely.
I mean, it could be lovely too. I
Oh.
was born in October, so I like the spirit of autumn. But I'm sad that the weather is gonna get cold, if you know what I
I'm
mean.
happy that the weather is good.
But your whole, what is that organism,
Uh-huh.
your reaction, your body's reaction to cold is what I don't understand.
Uh-huh.
And I'm kind of jealous and envious, but kind of like think that it's not normal in a
Mhm.
good way, I guess.
Actually, we were
You go out
talking
with
with...
t-shirts and ice cold weather.
Can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can you maybe just yeah, put that closer
Is
up
this
to your
good?
face?
Actually, we were talking with one of my friends today.
Can you turn your sensitivity up a little bit? The left one. Yeah, just a bit. Okay.
And then I told him that this summer, like even Sam was nagging more than me about the weather.
Dude, it was fucking hot. It was just fucking hot.
Global warming,
But,
baby.
but it didn't bother me that much. So now I'm in a higher level. So
Of being resistant
summer,
to cold, or
no,
what?
summer doesn't bother me, and I enjoy fall and
Do you
winter.
enjoy the sun?
so
Because I
shit.
remember you said you don't like the
Fuck
the sun.
the
fuck the
sun,
sun.
yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
It was more like kossen in the sun. It was more like that.
Yep.
So how was your summer? Like,
My
how
summer
would you
was-
sum it up? Like, how would you briefly say how your summer was?
Like in
Actually, you
three
don't need
words
to
or
say
something?
it briefly. You can say it make it as long as you want.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's what she
You
said.
have that luxury.
Well, I would say it was eye-opening because for the first time ever, I went outside of Iran and Turkey.
Hmm.
And I went to Europe. I
Hmm.
went to Hungary and France.
And accidentally, for the first time, you're married now, we can
I'm
say?
not married. How dare you? There
I
is
knew
no
he was gonna say
marriage
that.
in like 1,000 years. We do live like a married couple, though. So
Hmm.
maybe you're right. I am engaged.
Hmm.
For anyone who's
You
interested.
got engaged in France.
Yes, it was supposed to be
Ooh
in
la la.
Paris. What's up?
It was supposed to be Paris.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was, the atmosphere was amazing and romantic.
Mhm.
We were sitting by the river. There
Mm.
was moonlight. There were nice songs, and it was very exciting and romantic. But then I decided the devilish side, not the devilish, but like hesitant side of me, the bitchy maybe, if that's not sexist, decided that that is not the
Sexist.
perfect environment
Hmm.
because
You mean like it wasn't enough?
like, I wouldn't say it wasn't enough, but I would say I expected more romance. And my egotistical side was like, I need more compliments. This is not
Mm.
it. I need more to know of how he's in love with me and how he feels. And it's been almost 3 years that we know each other. So I expected more like, you are a goddess in my life kind of speech. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen. So I guess I kind of broke his heart when
Mhm.
I said, I didn't say no. I said I
You
don't
said,
feel
"It's not
it,"
you,
which
it's
is
me.
worse. Yeah, actually that's true. I didn't want to sound cliche, but yeah.
But that's such a true fucking sentence, like so many
Yeah.
times.
What was the sense? Sorry, I didn't hear
It's
it.
not you, it's me.
Huh.
Yeah, it's true. It's been true. I've had to use it a
Yeah.
lot recently.
With girls,
Well, yes.
mostly.
I don't recall having to use it for
For a guy.
For a guy, the guy.
It could be
I'd-
for like a job opportunity or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys don't deserve something more
Oh my god.
True.
That's
True.
very
true.
humble.
in an interview. Yeah.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I hear it.
I can't imagine mine. Probably while we're eating pizza at home, if one day
What with your
accidentally
partner?
find a girlfriend
You
while we were
Accident.
watching, while we were watching a movie and we were eating something like I don't know, pizza or something. While I'm eating something, I would say like, "Will you marry me?" And probably she would say, "Well,
And no, she wouldn't say yes. She'd be like, okay.
yeah, probably,"
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
have to find an idiot like me.
So you would like that
Yeah,
proposal.
minimal.
Yeah. What? You see, this, like, the fact that you said that makes me think that am I.
Not minimal.
No, I was going to curse actually.
Why?
Curse. You can
Because
curse.
am I like a society, influenced by society kind
No.
of fuckhead
No.
of, watching
No.
movies and like, why do you say no? There is some
No.
feeling.
No,
all
no,
of
no,
us are
because-
to some extent.
Because you live, in my opinion, you live your life. You experience different things. So
Yeah.
it is your taste.
if you, oh,
You are not doing it because you've seen it on Instagram.
Yeah.
This
no.
is your choice.
I didn't even post on Instagram about my engagement.
Yeah,
I'll have
exactly.
you know.
Yeah,
But,
I said yes.
cheers.
I said yes.
Yeah,
Like,
the- You haven't done these bullshit things.
Serious.
Post.
Pozdrowie.
Yeah. So, no. Don't agree.
Okay.
You're fine. Yeah.
That kind of comforts me.
I'm an idiot. It's
Why?
a complete different thing.
Why do you say so?
We all are idiots.
That
Let's
is
not
very
forget.
correct.
And we
Yeah,
are
we
happy and we
thought.
are proud.
No, I don't think we're happy. And I don't think we're proud.
Seems like it's only you. I mean, no.
Speak for
I'm
yourself.
fine, I'm happy.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah,
You're happy?
I am happy.
You serious? You're
You
happy?
Yeah,
are
yeah.
happy.
Dude, what's your
I-
secret?
I'm enjoying my life, even in my shitty moments, because there is a cliche. There is nothing except death,
Yeah.
and I'm living it. It doesn't matter.
You're
what
living
will
death,
what
or-
will no what will happen? The
Yeah.
worst scenario is dying.
It's very
So I don't
stoic of you.
care.
Yeah.
Am I doing something abnormal in the street? Okay, let it be. I don't care. Are people looking at me
Weird.
as if
yeah.
I'm an idiot? Okay, I'm an idiot. I don't care. So, like, if I like someone, will I tell that person that I like him or her? Her
You
for
said
partner,
him
him
or
for
her.
He
He
friend.
said
you
him or
bisexual?
her.
Well,
What's that?
no,
he
no,
used
no.
to. He
If
used to.
I were a girl, I would be bisexual at least, but no. As
Why
a
would it
boy-
be different if you were
Because,
a girl?
in my opinion, boys are dirty.
That's good though, isn't it?
So, yeah, I have a
Dirty
question.
and like hygienic. I'm so sorry.
No, I don't know. I don't like dick.
That's the best answer. Why didn't you say that first? I don't like dicks. Okay.
I don't want to open it, but you asked me to.
It's fine. We did say that this
Yeah, if I were a
this
girl,
talk could get deep, so that's what she said.
I would be.
It,
at
it is
that,
getting
yeah.
deep in a different phase.
If I were a girl, at least I would be bisexual.
If not a lesbian.
Yeah,
That's actually
exactly.
a good question. Like, what would you, if you were a boy for a day, what would you do? Or if you were a girl
I
for a
would fuck
day?
so many women. For fuck's sake, you guys
This
don't
is
know.
this is the same thing that I say if I were a girl.
You'd fuck
Okay.
so many men?
Yeah.
Because like forever and ever, maybe it's the same for you, Amir. Like I've been wondering what it's like, for God's sake, to have a dick. Like what does that feel like? I will never experience it.
Okay, now I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about multiple orgasm?
Oh yeah, is that a
Wait.
wait? Isn't that like as far as I've learned, it doesn't exist in every woman, right? Like
In every woman or in
multiple
every human?
orgasms. Multiple
Well-
orgasms. You know, well, men don't have the ability to have multiple orgasms, right? It's one orgasm at a time, I think. At
Yeah,
least
I think so.
fundamentally.
And then after every orgasm, you guys get super.
Existentialist tick. Like,
Yeah, almost.
I hate every
super
fucking thing
Sure.
that exists.
Okay.
The moment I come, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? What the fuck is
Yeah,
going
right.
on? What the fuck am I doing here right now? Why
That's
did
the
I even
point
do this?
that I can't.
For me, it's the opposite.
That's why I can't do with everyone.
But isn't that related
Because
to
of that
masturbation?
sadness and sorrow
No.
after sex. So I prefer to have sex with someone that I love for sure.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Especially
Because-
like you're an emotional person too.
Yeah.
I'm not an emotional person, you're saying? Ouch.
You?
We are talking.
yeah.
You're not in the topic now.
No, you are. Yes. You're emotional. You're highly emotional,
Highly emotional.
Yes.
Extremely emotional.
in my humble opinion. Yeah.
But girls don't have it, right? Like after
Don't
sex,
have what?
girls don't
Well, I
feel
think it
like
depends
depressed.
on the girl. It depends.
And the sex.
Can you stick?
Well,
Your-
it depends on the girl. Really, depends on the human being. In fact,
Is it? It
Mm.
depends on the boy.
Does it?
it does. It does.
Probably
it's not
yes,
something
because we have
fixated for men to feel, existential.
because we
dread
have lots of
after-
boys. They have
You
like
guys,
sex
is
with bitches
supposed
in
to
the
be-
S street or something, so they don't feel depressed.
my bitches.
No, it's sex is supposed. Okay.
He said bitches.
Sons of bitches on the streets, mind you. Bitches on the streets.
of my bitches. I said something
Sons of my mother. Bitch.
No, I know.
of bitches.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
so I think
Yeah.
sex
Okay.
is supposed to be actually the opposite of that. It should open your
Opposite
mind.
of bitches.
Well, if bitches includes depression and existential dread, then yes.
How do they do that? They are superhumans.
What, prostitutes?
Like having sex,
Sex workers.
with everyone.
Excuse
Sex
me.
workers. Yeah.
They're valued
Yeah,
members
yeah,
of the
sorry, sex
society. How
workers.
dare you
I don't look.
not be politically correct?
I don't look
But
down.
it's very
I don't look-
word.
yeah.
It doesn't change.
Yeah, I don't
anything.
like when I
know,
say
it's
it,
sarcastic.
I know.
No.
you-
Oh, I know.
just remembered that
Yeah.
some people are saying,
Last
"What
night we were
the
having this
fuck?
argument.
Why do
Yeah.
you say this word? It's so. What the fuck? It's a word, and I don't mean it. Like I
You
don't
guys,
mean.
like, I have the same opinion about the N word.
Hmm.
Because, okay, it does have a certain historical connotation, and most black people don't like it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is, I think every word that we use that is now frowned upon in the politically correct society,
Yes.
it all depends on your intention
Of
and
course.
what you mean by saying that word.
Yeah, actually, I think when people do such a thing, they just want to say that, "Oh my God, no, you're wrong."
Yeah, they want to
Like, they
feel
behave
morally
it, they do
superior
it,
to
yeah.
You.
Fuckers.
Once
Last
I-
night I just explained to him that J.K. Rowling had to apologize.
Fuck. Oh my
I
God.
saw that. That was so sad.
Like,
I
for
saw
example,
that.
I'm making a theater. Okay, we have someone who is black, but maybe there is something, and like, for example, we have Disney things for theater also. Like, for example, Cinderella or something.
Yeah.
They changed the actress to a black one.
Yeah.
Not to be racist.
To be
Oh, fuck
diverse.
you. Are you serious? Like, I'm making something. It is my art, and I don't want to have such a person. It's like, I don't feel it. Maybe for
Yeah.
next theater, it is not about being racist or something else.
These kinds of things cause actually more. I think I always believe that they cause more.
Because hey, the source of
Controversy.
this thing that you're doing comes from not wanting to be racist or sexist or whatever, but you still end up sounding that way because you're abiding by that rule of political correctness.
Yeah.
Correctness.
Correctness.
Did you guys see that video of a 1-year-old baby saying happy penis instead of happiness? It's beautiful.
No.
And he says it
Can you
with
show it to
passion
us?
and anger.
bright future.
I know, right?
Wait, let me check this.
Okay, he's trying to find a video, and I have a
I
question.
can, yeah, sure.
What is there any differences between being partner, like girlfriend, boyfriend, and engaged and married?
What's the difference between engagement and just girlfriend,
Partnership
boyfriend?
and marriage.
So is the basis of the question do we consider that the couple lives together already?
I don't care.
Okay.
Like, it's not
Because
what I'm
it's
trying to
different.
understand.
Yep.
Happiness.
It cheered me up when I was feeling the most fucked up.
It's so like the baby is so serious.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
The child.
He
it's
means
it's
it.
like, no, fuck you. It's happy penis.
Yeah. I
You
love
piece
the
of shit.
passion behind it. Yeah.
Look at her face. It's like,
Happiness.
it's
But
happy
like
penis.
frown, dead serious.
Oh my god, she's trying too hard
No,
to
it's
say the
happy
word
penis. So what's the difference between a happy penis and a sad? Sorry.
I could tell you that.
correct. Happy penis is sad penis.
You guys, there are like hundreds, not hundreds, but tens of cacti in front of me. So
They all
we're
look
talking
like
about
penises.
penis, and I'm
They
looking
all
at
look like peni.
peni. Cacti and peni. They're
Yeah, they
beautiful.
do. They actually no. There was this one night. So his cacti used to be like in the living room of his other roommate's house, like, and they were a lot of them were behind the living room's window,
Yeah.
and so you would only see like a shadow of them, right? And so there was this one night we were sitting in the living room with a couple other guests, and I just looked at the window and I was just seeing like 10 dicks out of the window in different shapes and sizes, fat, short,
Did you not
fat,
know
long.
that
Like
they're
this one.
cacti?
Look at this
That
one.
is a big one. You can't see it.
I
but
wish
it's a
I wish
huge
people who listen to this podcast later could see it. It's a massive cactus.
If you guys have like a thumbnail for podcast, this could be the
I wish we could do that. Maybe we can show it in the middle of the podcast. That would be.
I can
I
share it on
think-
Instagram for people,
Sure.
but
okay.
for thumbnail,
I think just as
you'll have to do it.
just as books do, just as books do, we should just let them visualize it themselves.
Yeah.
We shouldn't show
Yeah.
it. Yeah. No, the idea is from now on, we're like, whoever the guest is, the guest is going to choose the picture for the
Thumbnail.
thumbnail.
Okay, I choose the penis.
Oh, okay, sure.
do.
I mean, I'm sure later on
It's
you're gonna
green
think
and
of some
prickly.
better penises than that.
And it shouldn't be something picture.
Some what
It
picture?
it should be like a picture you definitely want to be there. Like you want that picture.
I
Like-
want
like-
it to be there.
Like for example,
with all my heart.
Bakarız yakanım. Bakarız.
Wait, Sam. Why
Okay,
can't
answer
why
the
can't
question.
I will. Why can I hear you? From
Yeah,
the-
sorry. That's technical
Oh, 'cause of the
problem.
mic. Okay.
no, it's
we'll-
not the mic. We have two different sound cards.
Yeah.
Technical stuff that I'm missing.
Hopefully one day we'll have enough money to buy a big sound card.
Soon.
Yeah,
Soon.
sure.
Inshallah.
Very Farsi-esque, inshallah.
Farsi-esque.
Yeah,
So the question.
yeah. Happy
Okay.
penis, sad penis. Sorry.
Happy penis.
Mm.
Yes, that's the philosophy for life. I would say it depends if the couple are living together or not, because especially during the pandemic, when there were full lockdowns, if you're living with someone, you get to know them on another level. And if the couple do not live together and would live together after getting engaged or married, I would say don't do that, please, and live together
Sorry,
before.
again, I lost.
If-
So
I
I'm
missed
sorry.
the last
I'm
part.
a
It's
jackass.
okay.
I got too hooked up with the sound thing because
Oh.
I was worried like your voice is not gonna get picked up.
Oh,
So
okay.
it
Everything
depends
fine
on
now?
if they
Yeah,
live
yeah.
together or not live together. Right?
Yeah. So like, especially during the pandemic, when you can't even go anywhere, and with our case, we didn't have like stable jobs, so we spent a lot of time together, and that was very eye-opening, dark but eye-opening, because we got to know each other on such a deep level. And for like other couples, I would say please like live together before you get married, because you don't want that initial shock of like fuck. That was just the surface that I knew. I didn't know them before.
Yeah.
Because the darkness that every person has inside them has to be revealed to their partner so that they would know them and understand why they have those scars or still maybe open wounds, and they have to know them and understand them and behave accordingly. Like if me and Gerger didn't know our insecurities, our dark sides, this relationship would have been very different. So,
sorry.
you okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm trying to
you're-
find my spots. Well,
Okay,
That's what
your
she
answer
said.
was deeper than. Oh my god, your answer was deeper than
I am cursed with
than
depth.
I asked.
what she
Actually,
said.
the question. Oh my god!
It was supposed to be a
it's
fun
enough.
answer. You fucked it up.
Guys,
with your
do you
fucking
want to say
psychology,
that's what she
philosophy.
said for a couple of times and just?
I will not stop. I am rebelling against.
She's been saying it for the
This-
last
Yeah.
3-4 years.
No.
and we've picked it
24
up.
years.
From once
Yeah,
more.
she's
Yeah.
the master of that's what she said.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm proud.
Actually, the question is, a ring,
Yeah.
or just asking out, or a signature on a paper, does change anything?
Yes.
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 Why?
So, because, okay, asking out. So every 3 of these things that you asked, like,
Sorry.
it's okay. So,
I'm like the annoying reporter who keeps like shoving the microphone in front of the guy's
it's
face.
fine. So, like, every 3 of these things that you asked, like asking someone out, there's asking someone out. I can't talk. I have the ability to talk. And then the ring, and then the signature and a paper. Every 3 of these things have their excitement in the beginning. Asking out, there's no commitment. You know, you're just hanging out. It might turn into a
Thing.
stable relationship, aka, and then you get to know each other and shit. And then when it comes to the point of proposal and the ring, again, there's like this excitement that holy shit, like things are getting serious. And then that excitement, for me, I think every woman and man feels it. That excitement for me lasted for about a week. And
After getting engaged or after being asked out?
both. No, asking out, that lasted longer.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you don't know the person completely, right?
Just as you said, like I
Yeah.
was thinking, I feel like there's a lot of excitement. There's only, let's say, it's just mere excitement and mere beauty and mere sex in a
Not mere sex.
Can you
well,
can you pick another word because it's
Yeah.
like a mirror?
A mere sex.
sheer. it's just it's just sheer well beauty and sheer, honey and sweetness and stuff like that when it's
Yeah.
just asking out and going out
Right,
and
yeah.
having
It's
dates
vanilla.
and stuff. Yeah.
It's like light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then shit.
And
Okay.
then
Yeah, and then shit. That's actually very correct.
Yeah.
Because it's shit and then vanilla again. More intense shit, more intense vanilla.
At some point it's just a mix, right? It's
Yeah.
a mix of vanilla and shit. Basically
At
you're
a
having
large point. That's
Huh?
what she said. But
Point.
most of the time.
Why did she say large point?
Because
Large
it could
point?
be
Because it's a
referred to
large
as a
point.
penis.
Okay, but point.
What do you
point
mean?
has many meanings in the English language.
At a large scale of time.
Does it
I
mean
could
dick?
say.
Point.
Could be in that.
It could. That's the point of that's what she said. You assign that sentence to a dick and you say that's what she said.
Or
I
a
can't
whole,
believe I'm explaining that's what she said.
well, I think
Like
I
for
feel
example, okay, then I can say, oh my god, that guitar is beautiful, and again we can say that's what she said.
No, but
No,
it doesn't have
it has to be-
anything.
She can
any
call a dick
word.
guitar.
No, but it's not funny though.
that's not funny. It has
I
to
mean,
be funny.
philosophically, I wouldn't disagree with that.
In which
But it's not
sentence?
funny.
In some sentences would be like.
No, come on, no, that wouldn't be.
What did you say? Interesting.
Yeah.
In some sentences could
Okay,
be.
can we go back to the more serious topic
Yes.
instead of talking
Yeah,
about that?
mere.
And let's
Yeah.
not destroy
mere
the,
sex.
the funniness, the
Fuck.
funniness. It's a word. I know it's a word. The funniness of
Yeah, first.
that's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Joke. No, I know that was a word. Later, I'm gonna ask another word if it's a word. Or not.
It's okay if you make up words. For all I care.
I'm an
Yeah.
English teacher. I shouldn't, usually.
Yeah, Shakespeare has done
You're
it. You
not
can do
teaching
it
now.
too.
No,
so
I
who
will.
cares?
I do love making up words. It's just that when the
You
word
should
already
continue.
exists.
That's what she said.
That's what she... Wait, what did he say?
You
Like,
should continue.
Oh, well
You
done.
see, that's
You see,
good.
that's well.
You're getting
now,
there.
Now
That's what
you're
she
you're
said.
you're understanding it.
You're getting there.
That's what she
There in
That's
Friends.
beautiful.
In Friends, Chandler has this sarcasm 101 class.
Mm-hmm.
Amir maybe in the future can have like a that's what she said 101 class. Or
I will be furious if I'm not a staff of that academy of teaching.
Oh,
That's what she
you're-
said jokes.
You will be the manager.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
coordinator.
I accept it.
Yeah.
Mm.
What were we saying?
Yeah, right. A lot of fucking
So-
rabbit holes. We
Okay. Again, your answer was deeper than I expected.
Wait, okay, let me get to marriage and then.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
no,
So
no,
you
just
talked.
ask.
You talked about the going out part
Yeah.
and the engagement part. And so,
Yeah.
what about the marriage part?
So, but with engagement though, you get this sense of security that, okay, this relationship is serious. This person that I have is going to support me. And a sense of, I know maybe people would disagree, but like, or you guys would disagree, but I had
Yeah.
this, what am I saying? I
do.
haven't even said what I wanted to say. This sense of belonging, which I really love. That, hey, like, okay, this person
Hey,
really
do you know
loves
what
me.
I'm talking about? I
Yeah.
mean, ring and
Mhm.
signature, it is not a must.
Of
Like
course
for
it's
example,
not.
I've been in a relationship with a girl
Mhm.
for like 2 years, and then I
Okay.
asked her to move in so we can live together.
Uh-huh.
So this request,
Mhm.
I think it is equal to
Giving her a ring.
giving a ring. Yeah.
Okay. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Or
It's
for
just
example,
symbolic.
for me,
It is mostly symbolic.
Yeah.
like for example, inviting my parents to the place that I'm living with that girl,
Yeah.
that's a marriage for me, for example.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, ring doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Signature doesn't change the level of loyalty or something else. You know, you
Yeah,
love
that's true.
someone, and ring and signature. Okay, I agree that planning for proposal, planning for marriage, seeing some different places to have a wedding party or blah blah, it is exciting. It is interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
but you can do it in another way. But all the people are doing it in the same way because
Yeah.
everyone is doing it.
Yeah, true.
That's my problem.
You see, that's what I meant when I said I didn't find the proposal as attractive as I wanted to, because this is society's way of, making these romantic long sentences of how you're this and that to me and how much you mean to me. And then at that point, I had a slight disgust to myself, and I said, like, for myself, and I said, what? My brain is so affected by society. This is what I meant. And I would agree. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on, go on.
I would agree with you, Amir, because that symbol does not have to be a ring. As you said, like moving in with someone is a huge step, or like bringing the parents, and which Gergo did too. Like I met his parents finally after 2.5 years.
Yeah, but it didn't ever appear to be like something like a must. Like to me at least, it never.
Meeting the parents, or
meeting his parents.
No, it's
what do you
according
mean,
to
like
the
a must?
Like it never appeared too important. It was
Not
like
really, no. I mean, a traditional person would think that it's necessary, but I really didn't think it was.
and he didn't, I think that it's that necessary either, right?
No, not really.
Hmm.
I don't know. We should ask him. But I think the fact that he did this and the proposal and the meeting the family thing meant that, hey, like, look, I'm taking these steps and I value you and I love you and I'm doing these things. Those were his symbolic
I
actions.
think these
But
are
for you or other
personal
people, yeah, it
filters.
could be
Yeah.
different.
like
Exactly.
I don't I disagree with these sentences in Turkish Farsi culture that see the mother and ask the
Oh yeah,
daughter
Yeah.
out.
Totally.
Yeah, 'cause
But
it's them,
for
yeah.
I like to see her parents, her siblings, or whatever.
Especially if they matter to them a
If
lot.
they
Yeah,
matter.
because
them.
yeah,
they
because
don't-
for me it is
Yeah.
important to have a good connection with the family also.
Yeah.
Because I have a good connection with my
Relation,
family,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Not me.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
guys.
to everyone.
Mm.
How much do you think you are a what's the word for it? Like a product of society? Like to what extent do you think you are a product of society? Like both of you.
I think I'm inevitably, like, I can't give a number.
Can
or
you give a percentage?
I can't.
can't?
I have no idea. But I would say in ways that I don't realize, I probably am affected because I'm a daily user of social media and I have a very traditional father that I don't interact with that much. We still love each other and talk sometimes, but that had its mark on me.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, I am somewhat a product of
But
society.
so you're aware of that. right?
Of course,
You
yeah.
acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And so you've tried to like fight it or like to abolish it?
Yeah,
some
I've
extent,
been maybe not fight, but like just being aware of it is a
Mm.
very good feeling. And then what I've been trying to do is just doing the things that make me feel good.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
that's how, like, by listening to your gut feeling, I think you can kind of avoid being a product of society.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Yeah. Just
And it's not as bad as it sounds, I feel like.
what, being a
everyone,
product of society?
yeah, like, okay, it's cliche, and
Yeah,
people...
if you like it, it is fine. I think.
no, not
Same
if
Anything,
way.
if you like it,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it should be fine, you know.
But if you choose
To some
it at
extent.
least, like you try something else,
Yeah.
you experience something else, and then you say, no, it is not mine.
Yeah.
I want to be that person that I used to be. It is fine. Now it is fine. But when you don't try, when you don't experience something else, when you have no idea about alternatives, then shut up. You can't say that, no, this is my way. I want to live my
Yeah,
life like that.
true.
But so if I try to specify what I actually meant by that question is, well, you do agree that, or let me ask it actually, do you agree that, to a clear point, there are differences between women and men,
Yes.
psychologically, majorly,
Yeah.
and then physically. Well, there are some clear, very obvious differences, of course. And then there is this documentary, "What Is a Woman?" If you watch it, you're just gonna cry blood because
You're just gonna what?
you're gonna cry blood
Oh my god.
because
Is it cringy?
it is cringy, but like this guy, I don't remember his name. He starts interviewing, activists who actually have very important positions, a lot of them in society.
What kind of
The
activist?
person's a woman in front of him, and he
Uh-huh.
asks her, "What's a woman?" She says, "I don't know."
What's a woman, Yik?
What's a woman?
Okay, wait,
Do you
before
want
before
the
wait,
deep
before we go,
answer?
before we go
Or do
into
you want
that.
a superficial
Wait.
fun
Yes,
answer?
exactly.
Wait, before we go into that,
Yeah.
but so you agree that there are obvious differences between men
Yes.
and women, right?
Actually, can I just make a small comment
Sure,
about this?
sure.
I've been called a sexist
Mm.
just because I said women are bad drivers, and I get how it might sound sexist, but my basis is on a biological fact
What
that
is it?
women.
Explain it.
What's up?
Explain it.
Yeah, so I think that women do not have the same comprehension of space when it comes to driving, because you have to know that, like, okay, this car is really close to me from the rear view mirror. And then, so like when you don't have the same understanding about space as men,
Yeah.
then you can like
Yeah, because
drive slightly less optimal than men. And then people like call me sexist.
because they are idiots. Like
Yeah.
it is obvious that brains work differently.
Differently.
Yes, exactly.
And on.
Same thing about like multitasking and like not
Yes,
being able to
yes,
multitask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like for example, women are better politicians, in my opinion. It is
Yeah.
like we can't argue about it. They are
Yeah, I
better.
agree with that. Yeah.
And so in following up with what I was saying, but so there are some let's say feministic, some feminine, some feminine.
Is that a word?
It's the wine. There are some feminine,
Traits,
not treats, but more like
characteristics.
products, basically. Some feminine character. Okay, let's some feminine characteristics that are actually products of society. They're not something biological or psychological that would be there from a very early stage of a woman's life.
Like what?
Like what I've never personally done any studies or anything on this. I've never read anything about it. It's just my
Your gut
personal
feeling.
thoughts. Like women being not all women, well, let's say girls actually, not women, girls, and of course not girls, but a lot of girls being into Barbies, Barbie dolls,
dolls.
right? Models, beauty, like the physical type of beauty that
Yeah.
you see today that is mainstream, basically, and and some characteristics that you would call as, well, either just feminine or super feminine, where and of course a lot of times you wouldn't see them in many other girls or women, but there are a group of them who would have these kinds of like super extra fragile characteristics,
Psyches.
right? Psyches,
Yeah.
right? You know, so those I think are more like a production. They're like something that society produces. It's not that it's there, and it can easily not be there,
Yeah.
right? But it's basically when it happens, it comes up when the girl, the 6-7-year-old girl, ends up watching these cartoons that are made for girls,
Yeah.
ends up watching these shows,
Yeah.
these videos that are made for girls, and then she thinks she's super fragile.
Yeah.
She thinks she's a princess.
Right.
She thinks she is the center of the universe,
Right.
right? So how much of that do you think is in you, and how much of that do you think was in you, and you got rid of it?
And I want to add something. It is not just those kind of animations or cartoons or programs. The problem is
Also families.
even worse, because in the programs that was made for girls, we just have some specific colors, some specific characters, some specific toys, some specific landscape. Everything is in a frame. So, for example, if a boy likes pink,
And
then
he's a girl.
then
Weird, isn't
done.
And he's weird.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
He's gay.
So it's I think it's like a Caesar. It's cutting boys and girls both.
Yeah.
It is not a problem
Yeah.
just for girls.
Right.
It's
And you don't mean
destroying
circumcision by
everything
that,
and
do you?
everyone. Yeah.
It's a horrible joke. I'm sorry.
So
Well, I think, with this, what's happening is that these circumstances in society that, like, say, okay, pink is for girls, blue is for boys, certain toys and whatever we talked about. I think that's the trigger, not the whole thing, because the basis of this situation is that human mind and human behavior is very prone to being affected. And then these triggers, because we want to hold on to something, right? Like, if you're a woman, you want to, like, look a certain way or be doing certain activities like yoga and, like, wearing sexy dresses or outfits. So I think it's
tights,
right?
dresses.
Dresses, right? So I think, like, the basis of this problem is that human brain is very, very prone to being affected. And, like, you want to identify yourself, whether it be the societal norms for genders or whether it be an ideology like religion or political affiliation or whatever. The human psyche wants to hold on to something to build a character. And so this begins from our childhood, from when we notice that, hey, I'm a girl, so I guess I should be doing these. I maybe don't want to do these things, but my parents say it's good for me, so I do it anyway. So that's like, instead of the parents who should be conscious.
Fucking parents.
I know, right?
But
They
don't
should be
know.
conscious.
They
And
don't
then,
know.
what's up?
But they don't know.
But they don't know.
Yeah.
They should know, though.
Yeah,
And they should
Yeah, exactly.
be
The
conscious
problem is not
when
our
they're being
childhood.
parents.
It is not our childhood. The problem is our parents'
It's their
childhood, our
parents'
grandparents'
It
childhood.
never ends.
Yeah.
It goes forever and ever.
But I think we are changing
We
it
break the cycle.
finally. I think we are changing it,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
then
Yes.
the generation after us, they are super avant-garde. They're
Yeah.
they are like super more avant-garde than us.
I think we will
If
see
we are
change.
talking about it, they are doing it. They don't care,
Yeah.
and that's why I love them.
I
Even
think
if
will
we
see
say that they
change.
are, even if like people, not we, people say that they don't care, they can focus, they don't study well, they do all the negative things, but they are better than all the generations in humanity's
the parents
history.
in this age, you mean? The parents nowadays?
No,
you
no,
mean,
no.
or-
The generation after us. Like, for
Right,
example,
yeah.
my sister.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Or
They are
maybe
better
even
than us.
younger.
Yeah.
Maybe even younger.
Maybe even younger. Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
Your sister is not so far away from your
Yeah.
generation, and maybe even she actually likes to be hooked up with the people from your
But
generation.
again, she's in the next decade.
Yeah, but still, you know, it's just like me. Like I personally, I always enjoyed more, you know, having more relationships with people a decade older than me, basically. Like when I was 18 or 19, I'd have friends who were
But then you
mostly
grow up
30 or
and
40.
then you notice that those are as idiotic as the younger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, it's really difficult to catch human synergy with someone. Like, thank you for that, because you've been really good friends.
Yeah.
But then it's just, you know, when the energies don't match when you meet someone new, it's just you immediately notice it. And I personally can't help but feel lonely because, you know,
Which I love it.
which one?
I love
Feeling
it.
lonely.
You love feeling. I love it too, but not when I'm meeting someone. You know, I love being alone, not lonely. Different stuff. I love spending time alone. I love it. But then when I'm meeting someone, when I can't like make a connection.
Amir finally managed to take off his pants.
Yes, finally.
The shorts.
Okay.
My legs are numb. So when I catch that synergy with someone that I meet for the first time, I love it so much. And I feel less weird, if I may say that. Right? Because, like, if someone's into the weird stuff that you're into, like, the other day at the party, I
The
bought,
anniversary
like...
party?
What?
The anniversary party?
The engagement party?
Engagement party.
So I keep saying anniversary for some reason. Yeah, the engagement
Anniversary
party.
is
Sorry.
close too. So I bought like bubble blowing stuff
Say
for the
that.
party.
Oh my god, I love it.
And I fucking loved it because we were blowing it, like we were drunk and
Yeah.
like blowing it. That's what she
Oh, yeah.
said. But
See?
and then Amir was like, what did you make this? Did you make the batter? Like, did you make the bubble and the water?
Yeah.
Whatever thing
Yeah.
that
The
makes it.
liquid inside.
Thank
the
you.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I said, no, I bought it from somewhere. And then he was like, no, wait, this is not right. I have the recipe at home. I'll share it with you. I was like, I love this guy. He has a
Wait,
recipe
Amir
for
said
bubble blowing liquid.
He said that.
Yeah.
Amir.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. We have like 3-4 different bubble.
I have a gun
Guns,
for
yeah.
that.
That's fucking beautiful. And then Sam too, like when I feel dark and then I share something with him, I know he won't judge me. I know that he's felt the same dark stuff as I've had. As I've had? The wine's kicking in. guys.
It's the wine.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I just feel very comfortable sharing dark things
Yeah.
with Sam. And I love when you make this connection with people. Sue me. I
Yeah.
know.
It's this is also quite obvious at our workplace. You know, the place where I work at, with where Amir, you know, is the coordinator at. Because it's majorly, or rather only, teenage students, and so like we're almost literally the only two teachers who can connect with the teenagers, you know. Because most teachers, they just can't, or they don't want. What was that, Yeg?
I spilled tobacco into my wine.
Ah.
A huge chunk of tobacco.
It's very healthy. It's good for your heart.
Thank you so much.
It's good for your
Hopefully
I
you are
am a
not going to
healthy
be
person.
blind like Moin.
Moin is blind?
No, he's
No.
not
I thought
blind.
he
No,
just
no, no,
wore
no, 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 no. It's
sunglasses.
a
It's a
fucking
joke.
joke
It's
in
an
Iran.
inside joke.
Oh, okay.
Because he always uses glasses.
while we were drinking some alcohols in Iran
Yeah.
and smoking, people used to say that be careful, because if you drink the alcohol with the ashes of your cigarette, you will be blind like Moin.
Wait, was
And
that
even-
joke
and-
made for masturbation too?
Masturbation.
Oh
No.
yeah, oh yes.
You'll go
Which
blind
one?
if-
Yeah, if you masturbate too, they used to say in like middle school, they used to say if you masturbate too much, you're gonna have either poor eyes or you're gonna go blind.
Oh
is
my
that
god.
even like scientifically true? Is that
I don't
I don't think
medically
so.
true?
Probably.
I remember
think so.
looking it up when I was like in like 6th or 7th grade or something. Because
I
that's
think
Yeah.
it's
It's not
something
true?
that Parvarishi
It's not true.
teachers or like
Yeah,
they
true.
made it.
what's Pavarish
Yeah.
teachers in English?
I
We don't
no-
have the
Guidance.
subject in English.
Guidance?
Behavioral kind of.
Guidance,
What's
behavior.
Yeah, guidance counselor.
I don't know
Guidance
what
counselor,
I don't know what do they do in at our schools, so I don't know what is the English one because I don't know what is the Persian one.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck are they doing in the schools. Like
They
what is
are
Parvarish? I can't remember the
watchers
lesson.
of hijab. What we had was like this woman with a full.
Isn't it Nazem
black-
instead of Parvesh?
No,
What,
those are
what would the
different.
woman do?
Really?
What would the
Yeah.
woman do?
The woman, we called it Catwoman because her husband. looked like-
Catwoman?
Catwoman, yeah. She did not look like a cat per se, but her husband looked like Batman, and not in
Did
a
she
good
used
way.
to say? Did she used to say "Hanumam hijab
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Good. Okay.
that
So
is
I
it.
she's
have-
the original one.
But she wouldn't just say it though. She would like touch our
Oh my god.
That's not a good place to pause. Touch our hijab. No, like the
Like scarf?
Yes, thank
Ah.
you. The scarf.
He's
and
finding
the-
all the words tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Is that a word?
Fuck
That
both
should
of
be your
you.
slogan.
But actually, I love that question because whenever you ask something, like you say something and then you ask, "Is that a word?" I'm learning something new in English by your vocabularies because your vocabulary definitely is better than me.
It's
Thank
like you
you.
draw attention to that word.
Yeah.
And he ends up learning it.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to ask something from you, Amir. Is tonight a proper night to have the special wine that we have?
If you want, we can.
You
I
have a
don't care, you
special
know.
wine.
There is no special
We have-
night for
We
me.
have French wine.
French.
French.
Oh,
Yeah.
oui, oui.
Yeah, you can get it.
Français.
I'm off for a while.
Mr. Moin, lives in America right now. I think.
I've
Either,
heard.
yeah, either America or Canada. Probably America.
Yeah,
And-
probably.
Yeah, and there was this funny. It's in Farsi. I don't care. And the guy, he goes, the interviewer, who is super cringy. He goes to his house and like.
Mm-hmm.
you
Who
know,
are
he
we
interviews.
talking about? Moin?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he interviews
okay.
Moin. Moin has he's like us, me and Amir right now with shorts and and a t-shirt or
Yeah.
something right now.
Tank top. Dad
Yeah.
tank top.
But he has his fucking glasses on.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about normal glasses like his shades. Like they're
Has
glasses, but
anyone
they're
ever seen his eyes or no?
he doesn't like. Oh, I wanted to so I want to tell this really cool story. Well,
Yeah.
he doesn't like. He's very insecure about them as far as I know.
About
Because
his eyes.
yeah, because they're
That's a huge thing to be insecure about.
I think he doesn't have glass eye. He doesn't an eye, glass eye. That's what it's called, right? It's a glass eye,
Yeah.
a fake eye. It's not a glass eye. No. It's luce. What's that?
Eyes are close to each other. I don't
Yeah,
know
something
what
like that. Like they don't look like how
like
normal eyes
googly
would.
Eyes,
Yeah. What eyes?
somehow. Googly eyes? No, that's something else.
Ouch. Anyway, he used to play at Hotel Kosar with my uncle.
Are you kidding? With your
Like
uncle?
before the revolution.
Wow.
Yeah, Amir. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
All right. No, nothing.
Pop.
I just want to say you don't need that much strength. Like there's the thing there, the thing at the other end. You can like hook it up. Yeah, you can hook it up to the bottle and then
That's
pull
what
up.
she said.
Anyway, so Moin, he was being interviewed and the guy was like, آقای موین شما کامنت های هوادارتونم نگاه میکنید and as soon as he said that I was like بله.
That's it? Nothing
Yes,
else?
that's just it. بله.
That
This was the بله part.
Sounds like an awkward interview if he didn't have anything else to
asking
say.
her that what
Is a
happened, you were talking about something. What was it?
What is a woman? What is a woman? Oh.
What is a woman?
Oh,
my
which
God.
sides? You're right. Which sides of the feminine societal production
Right.
do you still have, and which parts, which sides
We
have
were
you
talking about this topic many years ago.
gotten rid of, basically?
Have I gotten rid of?
Mm.
Okay. Actually, I was thinking about this today that when I don't put on makeup,
Finish up your wine so I can give you some French wine.
I
Oh
feel.
my god. Calm yourself. Calm.
What is
Be
going
calm.
on?
Don't get angry. I hate this topic, the makeup topic, because I don't understand it.
You're a furious defender of being natural
Yes.
for women. I know that.
Fuck.
And what I was gonna say would agree with you because I feel this immediate
Finish it.
immediate strength in character and in my being when I don't put any makeup on. I don't have any makeup on now.
You're yourself.
And
like-
what's up?
You're yourself. You're like,
For myself?
you're yourself. You are yourself.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's just naked. It's me. I don't have anything to hide.
And it's a big fuck you to society as well.
I
Isn't
don't
it?
care about that
And
side,
also,
but it is.
and also
I
the
think it is.
companies to some motherfuckers. I don't know who's Kim
Sons of my
Kardashian.
bitches.
Sons of my bitches.
Sons of your
I don't know
bitches.
who is Kim Kardashian exactly. I don't know her. And
You're not missing
You
out.
don't-
on
yeah, I
anything.
know, I
That's
know.
okay.
That's why I'm not searching even about them.
Yeah.
But I know she's got a company for these bullshit things. And my problem is that people are using makeup things that I don't know their names even. They are using these
Mascara,
bullshit.
foundation.
They
Sorry.
are using these bullshit things to fuck their skins and whatever they have. And also they are fucking the earth, the world. Like for, you know that, I don't know, do we call
Animal
it a
cruelty.
fixator or something? That
Fixate?
one makeup thing has 24 hours or 48 hours.
Yeah, like a foundation.
remains more, yeah.
BB cream.
For those
whatever.
bullshit things, they are using the earth.
Yeah.
Like literally the
And
earth.
And the
and animals as
Like
well.
red soil and blah 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 blah.
And
They are
animals as well.
fucking
I mean, not that I'm an activist. but they are using
everything
the
for
animals.
The
nothing.
bear what?
They're using the animals as well. They like do a lot of
Yeah, they are.
testing
Yeah.
on,
A
like,
lot of the makeup
Yeah, also we
companies.
have
serious.
A drink from there's
What kind of a joke was that? I missed
nothing. Yeah.
that. Inside joke.
So yeah, I don't understand why everyone is fucking everything for nothing. That's why I get angry.
It's not for nothing. Their egos get boosted when they look a certain way.
No, it is not true. When
The
they're
whole
they don't-
problem of
you know,
the
my
earth
prob-
is ego satisfaction anyway.
Okay. But even
This
it
is
is not
just one
about
of them.
ego. It's fake. Like people can't understand that we have nothing for faces, at least, as ugliness. No one is ugly.
Yeah, go tell that to people.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I'm trying to.
But again, you see,
Explain
like,
to my
this connects
students.
to family.
I don't.
It's
think
how they've been
Again.
brought up. It's how they've been
Yes.
brought up.
You see, like my father, God bless him, I love him, and I forgive him. But disclaimers. But he honestly fucked up my self-confidence. He used to, indicate with different words and different actions that I am not feminine. So you see, like this Sam's question, this topic is very dear to my heart because for a long time I did not feel like a woman, like a feminine being at least. So, like I don't know, this it's a flamethrower, not a lighter. So for the longest time, I did not feel feminine. And you see, like, this could have gone so many ways. I could have became a more masculine person with the insecurity of, hey, I do actually want to feel like a woman, but because I don't, you see, like, this is my attire now. I have short hair and I'm like a tomboy or whatever. But then I learned about these traumatic events and I forgave him and I talked to him. And then... talking to him does not necessarily mean you forgive them because in your mind and heart you have to forgive them. But then again, like these women could have the same background. They could feel insecure about themselves and not understand that they're actually beautiful the way they are. That's a huge topic for women. For me too,
It
actually.
comes either like I keep telling you to stay close to the microphone, and then I forget to stay to the microphone myself. It comes majorly from society and families, and it's
Yeah.
interchangeable. It could be like just mostly family and then society, or mostly society and family. Like both of them have
Yeah.
massive impact.
Huge.
Very serious and considerable, significant amount of impact on on girls, young girls, and hence
Yeah.
women. I know you try,
Okay,
don't you?
I
try
want
to
to
tell
add
your students.
something. Yeah. Now we are not 560 something years old. We are 20 something.
Yeah.
And after 20 something years, we changed whatever we had. Okay, I know the family part. My father is a fan of makeup for for like, I don't want to say women, but for his wife, for example,
Yeah.
he supports my mother to have makeup.
Right.
Okay, I'm from the same family, from the same fucked up society.
Right.
But what happened then?
What happened?
I
is
think I'm not
you-
scared of thinking. I'm not scared of being alone. I'm not scared of moving in a direction that which is against all the people on earth. I think we have two important problems here: laziness, being scared of blah 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 blah. People are lazy to think. People are lazy to stand up. People are lazy to wake up. People are lazy to do something for their dreams, for their lives, for the miracle of lives.
Yeah.
And they're scared of doing something which is out of frame.
Yeah.
And still they talk about, I don't know, Tesla. They talk about Frida Kahlo. They talked about Van Gogh. They talk
Yeah.
about all these superheroes, and they are still sitting somewhere like potatoes,
But, Amir,
couch
you-
potatoes.
I
They're just watching
think-
TV.
I find your point very true. But what's been good for me, what's been liberating for me in my mind, because I noticed there's an amount of frustration when you talk about these things, and I understand that. But then what has been liberating for me about this topic is to empathize with them, with those quote unquote ignorant
how
people.
do you empathize with them?
How
When
I
they don't
empathize
accept
is
it.
that, well, it doesn't matter if they accept it or not. We're talking about your frustration about these people, and
You-
it's very justified. But the way
Let
you
me add this one
empathize-
too, and
Yeah.
then you can explain whatever you want to say. I see that some people have got such a potential to
Mm-hmm.
be the next Madame Curie, to be the next Mandela, to be the next, but they don't do it.
Yeah,
How can I say it is fine, no problem, just do it, just fuck? It doesn't work in that way.
right.
Because you are seeing something. Everyone has it. Every single person on earth has something special, but they don't use it. They don't use that potential. They don't use that ability.
I blame the educational system for that,
For sure.
most and foremost. But then, I don't know, if you guys feel like empathy would be a factor in this, I certainly do. And I think that I do empathize with them, but not approve, you know? What do I know about that person is the first element of this. What I might know is that maybe they're not even aware of their potential. Their potential, as in their talent, and the potential of what life can be. You don't have to survive just like day to day, go to your job and then eat something and then do the normal human things. But life can be fucking amazing.
It is.
And, you know, like I'm trying to do the things that would lead my life to be that way. But then these people, if we're talking about like 90% of society, they don't even know, like no one has been there to tell them what it's like. If they're like, you know, if they're past the age of that elasticity of mind and being affected easily, good luck with that. Because no matter how many times you tell them that you have this potential, why don't you do something about it? Why don't you like for me, I have a colleague that has been saying to me, did you buy your microphone? Because I like singing. And are you actualizing your talent? And she reminds me of that every day. But what do I do?
I will from
Well,
now
it's not
from
just
now
about
on. I will
buying the
tell you to.
microphone, Yeg.
Oh, God.
It's like a number of things tell her. Tell her that it's not just about the microphone. It's about buying a sound card, and it's about running your laptop to be ready
Right,
to
the
take those
technicalities of
programs.
it.
The technicalities are more
Yeah.
than just a microphone. Tell her,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah, but
and it's more.
it is not the
exhausting.
point.
But her point is just a fucking
It is something
start,
else.
you know?
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
How much did you pay for makeup things the last time? And when was it? Can you remember? Can you recall?
I mostly buy moisturizers, and I have dark circles.
Moisturizers?
Moisturizers are not
Moisturizers, just cream,
cosmetics.
like
I've
face
got-
cream, hand cream.
What cream?
Cream, just
Oh,
cream.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moisturize. And
Why is it so French then?
It is. I think it
That's
might.
not a German
Should be
one.
French.
It might be French.
No,
the
we don't
word.
have any J
Moist.
in German.
Moist.
Moist.
English.
Moist isn't
Moist is
French.
English.
It's probably English, I'd say.
I think so.
Let me check.
Okay. I just
So,
know lipstick.
lipstick.
I don't know why. I don't
Do-
know how
do you want
they
me to-
learn it.
Do you want me to teach you? You don't
No,
want me to teach
no,
you, but
no,
okay.
no, never,
Okay.
ever.
So wait, I know what I've done. I got a quote unquote permanent last 2 months lash curling
What the
treatment.
fuck is that?
Lash lifting.
Okay.
You see, because my lashes are like straight almost towards the end. The
Okay.
gravity pulls them down.
Isn't it unique and beautiful?
Yeah, it is,
The
but
natural way?
at the same time, I feel like you have to do the things that make you feel good. Like for sure, I'm gonna have a boob job, okay? Because because it would make me feel good. Whatever makes you feel good, as long as that's
Sure,
not.
we said that in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is
but
another
not
question.
excessive makeup though.
Okay, but there is another question also.
It's Old French, by the way.
Old French.
Old
Yeah,
French.
it is too
Wonder how
French.
it's
Monsieur.
pronounced in English.
Monsieur.
Like monsieur.
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 I don't know. Your
Yeah,
French is
oui,
definitely
yeah.
better than my French.
I have zero
don't
French.
speak
Je
French.
voudrais du café, s'il vous plaît. C'est moist, monsieur. Yeah, I
Okay.
had no idea.
So here
Yeah.
there is another important question that I've never been able to find an answer.
I am here
Can't
for you.
we
Yeah.
use that money
Mhm.
for these things
To,
to
pay for
buy a
psychologist.
book? to go wait. No, wait.
Yeah.
Book is important for me, okay, but there is some other things.
Right.
To go to cinema,
yeah. Right. Yeah.
to
Expand your knowledge of the world by different means of media. Right.
to play billiard, to
Yeah.
travel, to
Yeah.
something else. Like for example, to buy a beer and go to a park and watch the moon and just enjoy your beer. Isn't it better?
Let
Well, I
me
think
articulate.
Your argument is kind of pointless.
Let me try
because-
to
Yeah.
articulate what he's trying to say
Sure.
in a better way. I don't feel that's the best way to articulate that thought. Instead of what he's saying is like, instead of paying money for for something that we would agree is usually a basically a sort of manifestation and a sort of exploit of society towards an individual who is either male or female. Instead of buying these products, isn't it better to spend that money on something different every time, or on something that would cause different affairs, different events every time?
Right.
That's, I think, a better way to put it.
And also, I'm considering something else. I've never seen a person who felt better after a surgery, after something new in makeup things.
That is true. It's just like marriage.
But
After a week, it's
There's a
gone.
book about it actually
But-
called Psycho-Cybernetics. This doctor in the US, I don't know, like in the 50s maybe.
But also the same. Let me finish these examples then. And the same thing I can say about traveling or experiencing something new. When people go to a new city, when they travel, when they read something new, when they watch something new, when they go to a concert or something else, they never forget it.
Of course, yeah.
So this is what
Not
I'm
all
trying
people,
to
though.
ask.
Not all people, because the basis of this conversation is the fact that is pushing us to understand that there are different levels of consciousness. There are different levels of understanding. Some people, they go to the most beautiful place. It's like they living behind a glass. Their minds and their feelings are not open to experience what that place, what that movie, what that book has to offer. Maybe they're doing it just because society thinks it's cool to read books in cafes or like go to different places and experience, they share posts on Instagram or whatever. Not everyone has the same level of understanding as you do, as Sam does, as I do. And we have to accept that because these people make the world diverse, make this conversation happen. make us more aware of them. There is a certain feeling of superiority, I feel like, when we think about these people, that, hey, like, I'm aware of more beauty in the world than them. And that feels good. But at the same time, it doesn't give us really... I mean, we're right to criticize them and to wonder, like, what is going on in their minds. And I think what's going on is that they're just that way.
But also,
They've
we
been
shouldn't...
raised that way.
Yeah, but also we shouldn't forget that, and we pointed out to this sentence, and we should be careful when we point out to such a sentence, especially when it's not just once, but it's constant. When we say, you know, if it makes you feel good, then whatever. If it makes you feel good, then so be it. If it makes you feel good, then go for it, right?
Yeah.
And we did actually say that, and we have to be precise about our sentences and our words. Mostly, at least, we have to try, even if we're not entirely, because we're not computers. We still have to be careful. And so when we say, you know, if it makes you feel good, then go for it, we either have to change the way we articulate that sentence, or we have to just completely stand by it. You know, have a stand for that, have a rigid stand for that, you know.
Yeah, that's why you can't really give advice to people. I've stopped it. I just say what works for me is this, and maybe you could try it. But because that person is so specific, you don't know what would make them feel good. Maybe it's drugs. Maybe it's something that would make them feel good at that point. But on a larger scale, it would make them unhappy.
Okay, but we are talking about there is a border in that topic too. Like, for example, I have a problem and I enjoy killing people. Right. Is it okay?
This is a good philosophical discussion.
Is it okay?
I was just having this discussion today.
Okay.
I was having this discussion today. I actually, so I was having lunch today with two of my friends, Paul and Mohammed. Mohammed is from Palestine. He's a psychologist, just like you, cool. Yag. And you studied psychology, right?
I actually study philosophy, but I do plan on...
You study right now philosophy, but you used to study psychology.
I used to study English language and literature, but psychology is a passion of mine.
Puya studied psychology.
Sorry
that's fine.
Fucking up the info. Sorry.
We don't have to stay rigid about who's studying it. That's just not academically.
You always hit me as a
street studier, quote unquote.
You always hit me as a psychologist.
Thank you. I like that.
Well, I was wrong about that.
You can still ask the question.
Anyway, so yeah, we were having this conversation actually today about morals and morality, and whether morality is majorly based on religion, or if it's majorly based on society, or if it's majorly based on individualistic moral systems. So yeah, it's actually a very interesting topic, and
that's a whole field of study in philosophy. Actually.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ethics.
Yeah.
Just do the right thing.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I think he was a professor of I don't know, in some American university.
Wow. That was some video of him.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah. And I agree. Actually, I agree with the guy so much. I agree exactly with what he says. And I actually I would love to have both of them separately on the podcast as well. Mohammed pointed out that he emphasized on the fact that individualistic morality, or an individual's moral system, is actually very important, and it's not related necessarily to society or to religion, but also an era, the zeitgeist basically also affects a moral system, or a person's moral criteria, let's say. And he gave the example of pedophilia today, in how it works today.
In ancient Greece, it was such a normal thing to do, but now,
not just ancient Greece, but if you think about your grandmother, or my grandmother, or Amir's grandmother, they were married when they were 13.
Yeah.
14 or something, right?
Yeah. My grandmother actually gave birth to my dad at 16. So
Yeah. Yeah, my mother gave birth to me, I think, at like 18 or something. She was like 17, I think, or 16 when she got married. And that's my mother, not even my grandmother, right? So the zeitgeist definitely, and I love saying that word twice, definitely
I've noticed.
definitely affects a
Yeah.
lot of moral systems as well. The serial killer thing, or the killing thing, the murder thing that you're talking about.
I mean, one of the other salient examples is burning witches. You know?
Oh yeah.
Can't help but think about that when you say zeitgeist of the time, you know.
How come?
Having slaves also. They used to burn witches as
Yeah.
how come, And they used to have slaves again in ancient Greece.
Yeah.
So a lot of keeping slaves as in like black people.
Even
So
we have
many
it now in
examples.
some part of the world, and also
We
we
still
have
have it.
slaves in
Yeah.
another way.
In France,
Like, imagine all the people who are working, not all the people, but the large amount of people who are working in offices and in government systems, they are slaves.
well, in some
Like in a
to some
modern
extent,
way.
we are all slaves. Let's not forget. But there are actual slaves, and for instance, in France, there are these refugees who you know, run away from their countries, from some of these African countries, and they go to France, and they're either fully illegal or semi-illegal, like they're on the verge of being deported, and so they continue their lives, unfortunately or whatever, illegally, and they have to work for these mobs.
Right.
And they're basically slaves. They're basically slaves. They don't have a life of their own. They're working for these mobs because they have to have a place. They need to have a place. They need to have some money, and they're just working for mobs. There is this video, I think, on this website, on this channel, Vice. They like went to France and they interviewed some of these African refugees who were brave enough to talk about the situation. Italian mobs as well, by the way, not just French mobs. Yeah, a lot of them they would end up in Italy, and they're slaves basically, and yeah, and basically I mean, it's not so different. And we have a lot of illegal. So we had, well, it's not that I would agree that they're illegal. It's just how it's known. And how it's basically said and written, usually by authorities, quote unquote, illegal immigrants or refugees, Afghan, Pakistani, what do you call them? Pakistani.
I've
Yeah.
heard that saying Paki might be offensive.
Might be offensive. Yeah.
You know what they've been doing with Afghan people?
A lot of them were basically forced to work under
Forced
like
to
heavy
leave to their own country.
oh my, where? From where?
What they've been doing, what UNHCR, the Turkish government actually, they've been making them sign a form in Turkish that I consent to go back to my country.
And they don't know Turkish, a lot
They
of them.
don't know Turkish. They end up signing it because most of them just want to, get it done with.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, these returns are consensual. They actually agreed to go. They've been doing it with hundreds
Oh my goodness.
and like thousands of Afghan refugees, or Syrians, that, hey, they've signed this, so it's consensual. What was that? An officer used voluntary deportation. Look at that
That's
phrase. Like,
crazy.
it doesn't even
And they're
make
going
logical
back to a
sense.
country. Yeah, and they're going back to a country with the Taliban.
Yeah,
With the fucking
exactly.
Taliban.
Who would want to go back?
And so
Their
a
own
lot
country.
of these people, because they can't go back to their country, and so they're in this illegal state, so quote unquote illegal state, and they had to work at these allegedly, let's say, stadiums to build, to be built, or that have been recently built in Qatar, for instance, and eventually, like a couple months ago, or maybe a year ago or something, it started to become a serious thing in the like humanitarian rights department or whatever, and they made it like official. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Qatar, with these all of these people who don't even have legal papers? Why are you, because it's basically some form of slavery, you'd say, because they're not working under standard conditions. They don't have the rights that most legal, well, quote unquote again, legal workers would have. And so, you're basically using them in the same way that many people would use slaves when, slavery was a thing in America, for instance, and
So
whatnot.
this is like an exception to the zeitgeist thing, that they still think, some people still think it's okay to keep slaves. And it's not the old ages. It's now, it's 2022. Right?
Yeah,
Actually, I experienced it tonight. I told you I was in a meeting. I don't know if you heard me or not, but I say it again. Tonight I was in a meeting, an hour before the podcast thing. Some people think in a way that other people don't deserve their lives. So I'm the boss, I'm in charge, so whatever I say is right, and everyone should obey that. This is an ideology, maybe again from that ego thing, that people think that, okay, because I have the money, then I'm the boss. Because I'm from X country, then I'm the boss. Because my father fucked the word and is a surgeon, I'm the boss. Because I have a YouTube channel with 1 million subscriber, I'm the boss. So when we see the word in with that perspective, then probably 2% of the word are the bosses and 98% of the people are the slaves, which is wrong.
It is
Which is wrong because we have border, it is wrong. We have a visa system, it is wrong. We have refugee system, it is wrong. We have voluntary deportation, it is wrong.
It's ridiculous.
It is full of wrongs. Yeah.
That's very true.
Uh,
I mean, I feel like, and I think that all the problems in the world stem from people thinking that they're separate from other people, or them thinking that the world is the outside world versus me. Like, the outside world is my enemy. And, I think that every problem that we have stems from that you think you're a separate being than other things. You versus other things. That's just wrong. But it's needed for survival also. So you have to find the balance between, like, how separate are you actually from the person sitting next to you, from an Afghan refugee, from a dog, from an ant, from your workplace, geographically, personally. You have to know that eventually when you die, or even when you're alive, you're living, you're basically the same thing, made from the same substance, which is consciousness, which is being. And then develop your sense of awareness and empathy, and just, like, have less chaos in your mind. Sometimes chaos is needed for art, maybe, but then I cannot imagine myself not having the inner peace throughout my life.
I wish we had like an international ayahuasca night.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Every year, everybody
Or
had
every
to-
month or every week.
Yeah, regular.
Everybody
9
would be
PM.
so full of peace and so full of calmness.
Yeah. Actually, I think ayahuasca makes you face your biggest fears or something.
It does.
In the beginning.
In the
though,
beginning.
It
right?
depends on the
Yeah.
leader, yeah.
No,
The
it does.
shaman.
It,
Shaman.
Yeah.
it does. But then after that roller coaster of like insane fucking emotions that you experience,
Yeah.
Man,
when
we
you come
need to go
down,
there.
when you stop shitting and barfing at the same
Right, yeah,
time,
yeah.
because that's the thing, like when you have
Mhm.
ayahuasca,
They
you're gonna
literally
shit,
barf.
barf, or shit and barf at the
I
same time.
didn't hear about the shitting. Shitting happens too. I
Oh
thought
yeah,
it's
a
only
diarrhea.
barfing.
It's not shitting.
Holy
It's fucking
fuck.
It's explosive diarrhea.
It's like symbolic detoxification. I can't say it
symbolically.
right. Yeah.
I don't know if it works for me or not, but I want to try it.
And
It
so
wouldn't
I
hurt to
think
try it.
because
yeah.
weed doesn't work for me.
Me Me neither, actually.
So I don't know if it works for me or not. But anyway, you talked about mind. I think the problem is mind. We don't consider ourselves
Actually,
as
the
a part-
problem is not the mind, but how we can't control it
yeah,
sometimes.
I'm going
right?
there actually. We don't consider ourselves as a part of this universe, for example. That we were made of like stones maybe or something like that.
Stars.
The same elements, same
Probably
molecules,
stars.
same And-
Stardust.
Someone many years ago once used his or her brain, mind, whatever we call it, and then after that for thousands years people are using the same ideology. So one person used it, and the other
What do you
people are
mean,
just
used
following.
what?
Like I'm going there again.
He keeps going
I
there.
think
That's what she
think
said.
this problem kinda comes from religion also.
Well, you see, religion is again separation
Yeah,
of this
because
religion and that religion and
Actually,
this
that ideology forced us to believe that we are different.
Yeah,
So
we are
all the
superior.
animals, all the plants, everything on earth is for you,
Mm.
my lovely human.
Mm.
All the angels
Use them,
worship you.
abuse them.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think again we have the same problem that we've had for many years, for thousands of years, that religion, I hope, tried to help people, but after many years, some politicians, some assholes, some
Exploited
leaders started to use that ideology to make something for themselves and make other
To
people
gain
slaves.
power.
Yeah.
That's very true. But like, the paradoxical thing is that if you
Is that a word?
that is actually a word. The paradoxical thing is that, you know, even inside those religions, you can find some kind of salvation. I'm not a religious person, but I think
What?
that is
Seriously?
correct. That is a fact.
You're not a what?
Did you think I'm a Muslim? Did you think I'm-
Okay.
The God is within us, if I may. So, like, even within the scripts and the writings, you know, of Quran, of Bible, of whatever, you can find pieces of truth. I said it, yes.
You can find reconciliation with yourself, majorly, I'd say.
Yeah,
I think
like
it is.
there are good feelings, you know, teachings that would cause you to feel good in those books too. It just depends on if you're cherry picking, if you're just choosing to read the things or follow the things that make you feel imprisoned to gain some kind of identity and to defend it to other. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, we're babies, we're children who are trying to hold on to religion.
Don't do this, do that.
Exactly. Like, oh, I know better than you, so you should not do this. Instead, do this. This is your salvation. This is the right way. But it's just, we're like crazy. We're like 40, 50-year-old crazy people who are trying to find themselves, quote unquote. And in the way of finding ourselves, we hold on to a book, to a psychologist.
From
Like fucking Jordan
1500 years
Peterson.
ago at least, or
Yeah, sometimes.
2000 years ago. Yeah.
So,
The point for me is that
yeah.
all the religions are some ideologies,
Yeah,
like how
I'm good for now.
other ideologies
It's
work.
really
We have good things, good
Mm-hmm.
points, and also we have bad. But because it is something from God, from the sky, so we are going to heaven, we can believe that someone lived in a whale's stomach for a while.
Right, yeah.
Or, for example, someone...
Split
the
the
moon,
ocean.
yeah,
See,
exactly.
in half.
or sea
How
or
can you
river, whatever.
believe it? Like, or for example,
I think most
someone
of those are metaphorical, but they say it's literal, so...
someone
I have
was
no
on
idea.
something and then suddenly in the morning he wasn't there, so he will come back million years later to help us.
And we pray for them
Oh my
every Friday
God.
to show up.
Every Sunday, every Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we say
Yeah.
Little Prince is not real.
I think
That's
yeah.
so
There's
nice,
this
yeah.
very trendy
Yeah.
video. There's this very trendy video of the mainstream atheist who could it be?
Arguments?
Richard Dawkins.
Yes.
He says
Definitely.
do you guys have you guys, I'm sure you've seen him. It's this guy from a BBC. Not the whatever. The BBC, the BBC News. BBC News.
What? What are you laughing about? Is I joking again?
BBC.
Big booty cunt.
No.
I'm sorry.
Black cock.
I was
It's a
right.
porn category.
Okay.
It's a porn. It's
I'm
on.
such
It's
an
not
innocent
something.
person.
It's not. It's
Fuck.
not racist. It's just on every porn website, basically.
Right. I had
BBC.
no idea. Okay.
You have to watch more porn, I guess. Anyway.
Okay, so the big black cock.
No, there's this guy
channel.
from the other BBC, from
Uh-huh.
the British English BBC.
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
I don't. Oh, it's
British Broadcasting Channel. I
yeah,
think.
British
Okay.
Broadcasting Channel.
Yeah, we mean this one.
Yeah, he's actually a very good anchor. What is it called? Anchorman or something? Well, he's
Anchorman.
actually a journalist
Oh, okay.
technically, but he's also like a news host,
Mm-hmm,
right? But he's a Muslim,
Okay.
and he has this debate with Richard Dawkins, and he's like, so I don't exactly remember what the question was, but it's something like, so you don't believe in God? And he's like, well, I don't. I believe in God as much as I do believe in fairy tales and voodoo and magic, and any other form of like
Fictional being.
fictional being, basically something among those lines. I'm not precise about what he exactly said.
Can I just say I hate Richard Dawkins?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Why
sure.
do you hate him?
Feel comfortable.
I don't. By the way, I don't have anything to like. I don't support him or love him or anything.
I think he's a very good speaker. So was Christopher Hitchens. I really like the way they articulate themselves.
All of these mainstream people are actually
Yeah.
just good speakers.
They are.
there
They know
are-
how to destroy arguments,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's very
Or
true.
people.
And they are leaded
same
to a
with,
specific point.
Ben Shapiro, for instance.
Yeah.
This guy, you know Ben Shapiro?
I've heard of him, but I've never watched his
Yeah,
videos or-
Well, let's just say. Well, I mean, Ben Shapiro. Well, he's a conservative who like.
I
you know,
love conservatives. Sarcasm. Yeah.
but so he's become very popular in mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, he just goes to these. Well, not always, but mostly he just goes to these high school debates and these, freshman debates,
When
and he just
tries-
destroys.
Bless you.
Thank you.
He just destroys these people, in like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. But anyway, yeah, they're mostly good speakers. I'm sure there are
Yeah.
like much brighter people
Mm-hmm.
than Dawkins, but
Yeah.
he just had the guts and to like go
Say
up
the
front
words.
and say the words. Yeah.
For me, Richard Dawkins and the likes of him are very sad beings because they have convinced themselves that they're rational minded, that they're scientific minded.
Mm.
But then what they're doing is looking at the world in one dimension.
Mm.
Like they are seeing what they want to see. They're cherry picking. Nope, cherry picking.
Cherry picking.
Yeah, cherry picking the data to serve their belief,
Mm.
and they're not even open to see other aspects of life,
Mm.
Or maybe to feed their beliefs.
to feed their beliefs mostly, or to approve them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so like you can do that. You can just pick one ideology, and you can just put on glasses or lenses to see and perceive data as you want them. Like it's the same, but actually mental illness and psychological issues. Actually, let me back up because I'm not sure about the psychological illnesses. I'm not sure about mental illnesses. But for example, like insecurity, if you're insecure about something, you're going to cherry pick the data of how people behave towards you and convince yourself, hey, like this person did this, so they might have meant that I'm super ugly or I'm super uneducated or I'm super this. Meanwhile, that action was super neutral.
Yes.
But your mind distorts reality to perceive that thing as it wants to. And that's a function of being a human.
I have a feeling that you also used to have this aspect in
Not
you.
used to, but I do.
Oh.
And it's inevitable. It's a mechanism of our being. I do believe that, like, Nietzsche said we do have an angelic side who wants peace, who wants harmony, who wants good things, good feelings, and there is this other mechanism that wants to destroy things by protecting us. That protective mechanism that we have is like, okay, I don't feel like going to a party right now because it's me versus them. Maybe they would think I'm weird. Maybe they would, like, your mind is protecting you from more exposure to other people.
Yeah, do we have a thing?
What do you mean?
I've never ditched a plan
Yeah.
because I thought in that way, like people will judge me. Wow.
It might have different...
Do people think like that?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
But it might manifest itself in other ways too. It doesn't have to be that. It's mostly protection, the basis of it. But it might manifest in self-pity, you know. What are other examples?
Okay, here I want to
I'm
tell
talking
you.
Personally, so it
Okay,
doesn't
here I
come
want to
my
tell you a
mind.
fact. Whenever we have something like a party and I'm not there because I don't want to be there, I don't think that you guys judge me, okay?
But why don't you want to be there?
I don't know, because I want to be alone
Okay.
and done.
That's perfectly fine.
No, that's not
Yeah.
true. It's also
Fox.
because you don't
Yeah,
like
I've
the-
never thought that maybe someone will judge me or they are versus me, and I didn't know that even some people think like that.
Amir, can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to be alone because you feel like some people's mindsets are kind of inferior to you,
Yeah.
and you're in a higher place?
No,
and
not
so-
higher place. Normal. It is. I don't feel understood, but it's not higher or lower.
Okay.
Everyone knows that, but we don't think about it. I have an example for this topic. Now I say a word, and then tell me the picture in your minds.
Okay.
Okay? Water. What do you have in your mind, Yek?
I have a faucet running, and I have a drop.
Okay, Sam?
the glass and like some, I don't know, like a jug or something.
Okay, so
Full of
this is
water.
this bowl of water is my imagination for water. So even now we are talking about something, we don't understand each other. This is humanity.
I don't think that's
And sometimes,
true.
yeah, it is true. And sometimes I can't bear it. That's why I prefer to. I prefer staying at home and watching some movies from another director who was trying to say something that I don't understand, and listening to some music that the producer and the singer and the musician try to do something, but I don't understand.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you give up your understanding and try to understand other people? Isn't that fun?
Don't I understand people?
No.
You think?
No, you think, okay, so your mentality is people most likely are not going to understand what I'm going to say. So,
No one understands no one.
okay,
we had that talk
we did.
that night on
Yeah,
Tunala, remember?
I remember that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. It might be a matter of
No,
perspective.
it is not bad. No.
But I'm just saying, like, why don't you explore the aspect of, you going to a party? If that's your, for example, let's say there's a party one night.
If I have energy, if I have the energy, I go.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So
but
it could be a fun perspective to give up your understanding of words or concepts, etc.
Actually, it's a
and then
new
try to
hobby that I
understand. Yeah.
found recently. I go to the places that I don't like it. Even I can say I hate it. I don't like going to bars,
Right.
crowded places. I'm drinking alcohols and blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But I found a new hobby recently. I go to the places that I hate with capital letters, and I sit somewhere. I order something, and I just watch people. I try to analyze people
Okay.
to understand their emotions, their thoughts.
What is happening?
Yeah, to
I
understand.
just had a microphone shoved in my face.
Sorry.
That's
Okay, so yeah,
It's
I
not
try
the first
to.
time, so I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I try to analyze them so I can use the result for the characters of my books, for the characters of my theater. For
That sounds fun.
yeah, it is fun.
Okay.
So, but if I have the energy, or if I want to do it, Because I'm super introvert and I prefer to be alone. Just that. And why do people think that maybe I'm versus the...
You're what?
Wow. There are lots of things in this world that we are not aware of them. Especially for me.
That is true.
I'm not aware of lots of things.
Yeah.
Like, I think my word is like a word for elves. My word is
Why do you
so
think
different.
so?
I don't know. I don't understand people completely. Like, it is not I don't understand them. Even I have no information about people's word. I think my word is completely different. I think it is normal for you that you talked about it and you just passed, and it's a big question mark in my mind that people don't go somewhere because they think that it is me versus them,
Yeah.
and I've never experienced it.
I think you actually do, but you're not aware of it. You say that people don't understand you, so it is you versus them. There is a you that understands things. There is a them that understands things.
No, it
understand
is not
things.
something that I understand or they don't understand.
Your
It
definition
is something.
of things.
It is something that. It is something that it is my definition
Right.
about water. It is something which is your definition about water. It is something which is Sam's definition for water.
Yeah.
It is different. Again, it is
I have
not
no definition for
me.
water. I have no definition.
Water
You
is
have
water.
you have a picture or
Liquid of
something,
life.
whatever.
I'm
Right.
joking.
But it is not me versus them again.
Right. But it is though.
It
How
is.
is it not when you say they have a different image?
Okay.
Me, you, Sam,
Me
other
versus
people.
them, it means like there is a line and I'm in the left side of the line and the people are in the right side of the line. But for me, this topic, it's like a circle. There is
Okay.
a topic in the middle of the circle and all of us are in the border of the circle. So we
And
are
do you
seeing the
think
topic.
each definition and each
They
image
are completely
contributes?
equal.
Okay.
So there is no me versus them.
Right.
It's like me and you. It's you and Sam. It's me and Yargo. It's me and Onat, you know? It is not versus, it is and.
Wow, he remembers Onats.
Hmm?
He remembers Onats. He
Yeah.
remembers
Yeah,
Onats'
sure,
name.
Arthur.
Arthur.
No, wait, Arthur was Jihan. Actually, yeah.
Wow, word.
Oh, what a beautiful name, Jihan. You know, in
It's
Farsi.
actually, it is in Persian. And then he
And then
forgets
the next day, he's like, "God, can you please send me Arthur's number? Where the fuck do you bring Arthur's name from?"
@ Rodri.
Goodness. Cairo, the lighter. Here we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Did you see the like the pictures and the art, like the things that were written?
Well, in the website that
Yeah.
it was published,
Yeah.
I could not read Spanish.
You could have
There was-
translated the page into
I
English.
The
couldn't
website
bother.
has two languages,
I
English
think it
and
was
Spanish.
on Gargo's phone, so I yeah. he
If you
was
if you
showing-
go on the website with your computer, you can like turn
Translate
the
it?
whole page into English.
I think
Okay.
even with your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
right.
I think sometimes some phones they don't show it.
I think it should be in the option.
Maybe sometimes, because sometimes I think some phones they have that option, and then when they come up for the first time, the user taps on never show again or something, and so it just never shows it again unless they ask for it.
Anyway.
You want to see it now?
Sure. I'm curious about.
Mm.
I think weren't they Gargo's writings? Or
Well,
were
they are
different? Yeah?
Gargo's writings, of course.
And
They're-
also, there is another question that you haven't answered yet.
Yeah.
Oh, what is a woman?
What is a woman?
Oh my god.
Is that a difficult question?
Well,
I think,
is kind
first
of
of all, it's a
difficult.
wrong question, actually.
What do you mean?
not really.
Because we can put all the like the same sexes in one category and say what is a woman.
The light. Well, guys, where's the lighter?
Well,
What do you mean? I don't understand you.
We can put all the women in one category and explain all of them with some words.
Sure,
I
but
think
generally,
there would be
what is a
some,
woman?
well, if you're asking me, obviously the person that I am, I'm not going to talk about the biological factors of being a woman. Like, a woman is a person with a vagina or someone who can give birth or
Thank you.
No,
We know that. Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much.
Wait, so that
But,
is a factor, right? That is.
not for me.
Mm,
Obviously, the person that I am, I'm gonna tap into the more spiritual
mm.
and more
So the physical part doesn't determine if a person is a woman or a man.
someone can feel like a woman,
Mm.
can have feminine energy, but not physically be
Mm.
a woman, I feel like.
Mm.
And for me, being feminine, being a woman, is being soft. And I'm not just talking about the way you speak, because a woman can be soft with a harsh voice in their
Or
way of
could be
thinking.
harsh with a soft voice.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I actually like the second one
Mm.
better.
Could
Yeah.
be harsh with a soft voice.
So
Yeah.
men can't
Yeah.
be soft.
Men
You
can
mean?
be soft, of course,
Mhm.
but that would be their feminine energy. I think personally that all people, no matter what they identify themselves with, gender-wise, they do have two sides of feminine and masculine.
Yeah, they
Ah.
have.
Everyone is a woman and a man at the same time. You're
Yeah.
saying.
Why did that sound like?
Proved
No, but
actually.
You know.
but that is that is something psychological / spiritual, right?
It's mostly spiritual. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we would say
I'm not.
spiritual
they're-
things
they're
are related to
probably in the
psychology, right?
Psychological literature, yeah.
But then the physical part is quite obvious.
Yeah.
It's not something that is worth even arguing.
Not really. Are you talking about the gender
Yeah, but does it
identifications and
change
she,
anything
her?
about the topic?
I am very pained about that topic. That's
Hmm.
it.
Does it change anything about the topic?
What topic?
Like, what's a woman?
Well, I mean,
I think for me, the point of the question is the differences of men and women in the society,
Right.
not physically.
oh no. But the question is a bit more fundamental. It's just fundamentally asking, what makes a woman?
You see, this is the trap of language, because in speaking we have to compartmentalize things and we have to separate things for words to make sense. So when we say water or when we say woman, it is as opposed to what, as opposed to something, and then that's how a word has meanings. But then as we talk, like, again, you saying that your world is different from other people, it is words, it is the association of the word with something.
Again, we have problem. It is not my word.
No, my
Each
world
word
too.
is unique. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. People have different worlds because
Yeah.
of so many different reasons.
Yeah.
And also language doesn't help with that, is what I'm saying. So the
Never.
trap of language is when you ask what is a woman. If I say something like, if we had a big audience,
Mm-hmm.
people would be like, oh, how dare you, like, can't a man be soft? Are you saying a man is always harsh? That's so toxic masculine minded of you. I'm like, no, these are my characteristics based on, the
First say
spiritual
fuck you.
readings.
You have to first say,
Yeah,
well, fuck
thank
you. Well,
exactly.
fuck you.
Well, fuck you. This is my opinion.
Mm.
And everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
You don't have to respect it. You don't have to love it. But just understand that
Yeah.
it might be different from yours.
Yeah.
So
This
for
is
me, yeah.
Go on.
For me, being feminine, being a woman, is being receptive, being soft, and yeah, I think that sums it up. Like, even during sex, there's a reason. I think, again, I might have gotten shit for this if we had a big audience. It's like, if you're receptive during sex, there's a reason that, like, a man fucks and a woman receives. Is what I'm thinking. Sometimes different aspects of your femininity could show up and then you could be the dominating one. But then again, the same thing applies to ideas. I feel like that's why maybe women are better politicians, because they know how to receive and what the input should be. What the output
should be.
Because I feel like this sensitivity that some women have, which might be a general feminine characteristic too, it makes you feel and see more beauty, the same way that in men the feminine side mostly perceives beauty and does not try to compartmentalize it. It's like when you see a movie, you don't, like, for me, I don't go like, okay, this director, whatever, and then this topic because whatever, and this actually confirms the philosophical idea of stoicism or whatever. I say it's beautiful, and that's it. And I think that's comforting, and it feels good to not have to say that this is this and this is that and label things.
Okay, now
It's
I'm
beautiful.
jealous.
It's beautiful.
Now
You
I'm
are?
jealous.
How come?
Joseph, what?
Because I can't watch a movie and say, okay, it was beautiful. I can't do
What
that,
do you do
unfortunately.
instead?
I read whatever exists on internet.
But you work in, like, you are involved with theater, and I think it's a job related thing. It's your
Maybe,
obsession, and you
but
want to know
okay,
more.
but what about the music? What about the what about the book? Like, it's about everything.
Yeah.
No, it's not
I
about
can't-
everything. It's about
I think
it's
it's
generally it's about if you put some things aside, which you usually just do inquiries on normally because you've gotten used to. It's majorly about writing, which would be books or theater, or it's about cinematography, which would be movies, or it's about
It could be about a bird too. It could be
no,
about
but
a tree too.
exactly. So it could be about a bird, right? It
Yeah.
could be about a bird. It could be
Yeah.
about
Okay, I have the same problem with birds even. Like,
Okay,
if
then
we
you're
talk,
fucked
Specifically
up.
with birds.
yeah,
How come?
if we talk about something,
Yeah.
I take a note if I don't have time to check.
Mm-hmm.
So I will check later. I can't say, it is beautiful, wow. I have to check it. It's like a sickness, I think.
Oh, it's not a sickness.
it's important.
Curiosity.
It's important, exactly.
Yeah.
It's important. The curiosity. It's what makes you.
Have
Well, if-
joie de vivre, drinking French wine and throwing out French words. Love for life. No.
That's beautiful.
Mm.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
No, it's if you. So you would either try to separate yourself from people who do inquiries regarding life. You would say, I'd prefer to just not think about that. I'd prefer to just not talk about that. I'd prefer to keep myself out of that, right? And that's
Yeah.
not the type of people we are. And then, so you would say, I really like philosophical topics. I really like philosophical ideas. I really like asking questions precisely. In that group of people, there are two groups of people. There are people who imagine, who think, and wish that they could do that.
If you listen to the third episode, you know that he is angry now.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well,
they think.
they say it, but they don't. They are as much of a philosopher as a person who says that they are a musician but never plays the instrument. Maybe hardly, maybe once a week,
Yeah,
once every
okay.
2 weeks, right? They are as much of a philosopher as that person is a musician, basically, right?
Charlatans.
Right, charlatans, basically. Yeah, hypocrites to themselves,
Yeah.
right? People who contradict basically what they believe in and what they say. And then there's a third group of people who actually mean what they say.
Wait, what was the second one? So
The
there's charlatans.
No, the
Was
third one is
first
the first one is the one that prefers to
curious?
keep themselves out of
Okay,
curiosity, out of the zone of curiosity, and inquiries and probing, right, and searching. And so the second one is the charlatans or the hypocrites or the ones who contradict basically their thoughts and their actions very easily.
Yeah.
Just a week is enough for them to find contradiction, or at least for us, for someone to find contradiction in their actions and thoughts. And then there's the third group who actually tries in a decent amount. They try to actually match their actions with their thoughts, with their ideas, with the philosophy that they have, right? And so if you're even curious about birds or cigarette filters or, I don't know, tablecloths or pants, then you are quite in the right way. At least if you believe that you like to be philosophical, then you are in the right way. You are in the right direction and on the right path, right?
And people sense that, people feel that the second group. Wait, what was the second group?
Charlatans and hypocrites.
Charlatans. People feel it when you're a charlatan. Like, it's so easily sensible because, like, your vibe is different than the words that you're using, man. Like, what's up? Like, you're advocating a philosophy that sounds cool, but then, like, like, look at you. You're not really like giving the energy of what you're saying. It's very different. It's very different to feel something that you're saying versus just say something because either you think it would help them, help the person that you're talking to, without applying it yourself, or whether you want to seem cool or follow this ideology because it's the trend. People feel that very easily, even like computer like people. I feel like it's a built-in function in humans to feel whether someone's bullshitting you or not. So the second type of people I, for example, spot so easily. They're saying something, but it doesn't give the vibe that they actually mean it, you know?
Whom
And I
are
love-
hated the most?
By me, for sure. By you, too. Yeah.
Today my friend taught me something really cool in Farsi. He said چیزا رو قرقره میکنن. قرقره میکنن.
What did they do that with?
Like they just take them and they just in the words.
Yeah, they
For
take the
charlatans?
topic and
Yeah.
they just use it and they throw it out.
That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What is it in
true.
English? قرقره.
Gargare is like
Gar-
something with gar.
Gargling?
Gargling. Gargling, yeah, I
Is
think
that right?
so.
Gargling?
Yeah. Let me quickly Google that. Gargling is, yeah, salty water. whatever. Exactly. Gargling.
Let me
meaning.
put that into practice.
Yeah, that's true.
With
Gargle.
wine.
Wash one's
The
mouth.
last time
and
I used the
throat.
word gargling
Yeah,
was like
gargling.
15 years ago or something.
Why? Wait, me too, I think. Just casually spilling
Okay.
shitloads of wine.
There's something in my mind that I want to talk about before I forget.
There was
You were
a Slipknot song that I used to play on my classical guitar. It was a metal song.
which one?
Forget about which one. It was a fucking metal song, and I played it on the classical guitar. And that's this. No, it was called. My first cough of the episode. It was
Actually, I think it's your second, but go on.
it was called Before I Forget.
Yeah, before I forget. You were talking about what is a woman
Yeah.
or what is woman.
What is a woman? Yeah.
What is woman? That women receive,
Yes.
but I think it is not just only women
Yeah.
who want to receive something.
Just keep in mind that I was talking about
Yeah,
feminine.
I know. It is
qualities.
not about your answer. It is something that exists in the society. Society think like that. That men,
Biological men, right?
yeah,
Or
don't want
Is that-
With
something
vaginas.
to receive, which is completely wrong. Like, for example, we talked about sex. Men also need something in the sex.
What
if
do you mean?
if we consider touching as something,
that is received?
yes,
Yeah, of course.
but people don't consider it because men are rocks, men
Right.
are super blah blah blah, blah all the
Strong
yeah,
and, you know,
exactly, but it is
sexual
not correct.
They're
It's
the
not
soldiers.
right. Yeah,
They're the bread bringers.
yeah,
Yeah.
which
the
is not right.
Manly
muscles.
man,
It is
yeah.
it is
Lifts weights,
completely
drinks
wrong
beers.
that
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
neither of those.
And then I want to talk about the topic that I said. Normally, women are better politicians.
Yeah.
I think because of these thousands of years that men used to do something in a specific way, so their DNA changed to something which is not right. As the DNA, that like the type of category which changed for women. If we consider Darwin's ideology, this is something that happened during the time. Men and women are completely equal in most of the things. So if women need receiving something, men need it too.
Yeah.
So we have this problem that we think that, okay, these things, like after talking about the animations and those programs and blah 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 blah, we have this problem after many years that we don't see it. We have feminism, and when someone talked about the men right, everyone says, what do you want? Like, you have everything. But it is not right.
That is very
because
wrong.
because maybe we have something that we don't need it.
What do you mean?
We have some rights that
Thank
it
you.
is not necessary. Like, maybe we are not the strongest ones. We need someone to feel that, okay, I'm not fine now. I'm in my blue mood. So I need someone to understand me. What the fuck are you doing?
Sam just licked and sniffed a
Yeah.
tobacco.
I didn't sniff it. I
package.
just
you
licked.
sniffed it.
I slurped it.
Why though? Is my question.
Yeah, so maybe we don't need to be the strongest one all the time. It is, again, something 50-50.
I think that's
Like,
like a
for example-
huge misconception. that
Yeah,
people
for example,
have
I
towards
had
men.
a very fucked up day
right.
in the office, in my workplace, or no, even if maybe, and also, oh my god, there are lots of things. We don't consider the part that men have also the period time. And no one considered that.
Menstruation.
One, yeah.
Is that
We have these
is that a
problems.
proven thing?
Yes, we have it. It's hormones.
Is it true?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Hmm.
Is it like biologically?
Yes, we have it.
same?
Like, sometimes, without any reasons, we don't feel good.
Mm.
So it happens because
Yeah.
of the hormones. The same thing, but the problem is we don't bleed. So no one
Cares
take
about
it serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have these problems that no one understand it. I don't want masculinist like feminist,
Mm-hmm.
but okay, it was your
Sorry.
but we need to understand each other.
Although men will not bleed, nor will they experience all of the same symptoms as women, these hormonal shifts can have some pretty notable side effects, which, especially with mood and irritability. What?
Irritability.
Yeah, irritability. Some call it the man period. Others call it irritable male syndrome. Irritable male syndrome.
But I have a question for you guys. When you feel this way, the irritability, what helps you feel
Nothing.
better?
Nothing.
Is that true?
No, it is not
Nothing.
nothing. It is not nothing.
So no, wait. Let
Normal-
me follow up the
Okay.
question. Like, would it help when you're feeling bad, no matter if it's man period time or something else? When you're feeling bad in general, when a woman or anyone asks you, "Okay, how do you feel?"
Okay.
Is it easy to tap into like how you're feeling and articulate what you're feeling, or do you feel like more like silence and someone just maybe listening to you or not talking to you, or what like
Okay,
what do you
it
want
was-
when you're feeling
It was
bad?
something that I used to search about it a lot, especially when I had a girlfriend for a while. As much as I remember, normally I had girlfriend for 2 months, not more.
Is that your longest time of relationship?
I can't remember, probably.
I think Yeg can tell you more correctly. How long was his relationship?
I remember about
It wasn't
2 to
long.
3 months too. Yeah,
exactly.
2 to 3 months.
Because I
No.
can't bear people more than that. Because
I get
normally I
that,
had the
yeah.
wrong options. Anyway, what was the topic? Okay, man,
PMS.
Phil said it.
Yeah.
I used to search about it, the differences between men and women, this period and that period, the brain differences, and blah, 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 blah. And I understood that when a girl
Yes.
is sad, needs to talk.
Uh-huh. That is
And
the basic.
it is
of the
normal.
question. Yeah.
And for a boy, it's
Because it's like easier for women to tap into their
Yeah.
emotions and,
And-
tell you what
yeah.
they're feeling.
And for boys, it is completely in the other side. They don't want to talk.
That's
They
what I
prefer to solve the
heard.
problem alone,
Yeah.
but they want to know that there is someone there for them.
Okay.
And exactly this is the time if
Fucking complicated.
you give the time.
Actually, maybe it's simple. I don't
Yeah,
know.
women are as complicated
complicated.
as men.
Men are as complicated.
Actually,
as
you know,
women.
being a woman, I can tell you that women are. I don't think neither of the sides are complicated. Because, like, if you
we make it
understand-
complicated.
Yeah.
No, because we
might
don't.
be making it complicated because if you understand both gender psychologies, then maybe it's easier to deal with it. For a woman, I feel like they need to be heard, and then they need to hear the things that would make them feel good. Is all like two simple equations.
Yeah,
is
this
like,
is one of the
hear
most
them
important
out.
problems. Yeah.
But then men think women are complicated. It's the age-old stereotypical image of
this
women,
is the
right?
brain. This is the brain. This is something that I'm sure about it. Women talk about their problems. It is not because they are looking for an answer or a way
Yeah, not
to get through.
necessarily.
Yeah, but when, like for example, Sam and me, when we talk about the problem, it means okay, this is my problem. I have no idea how to solve it, so you help me while I'm talking about
Oh.
it. This is the differences between
Is it
ideology and
mostly that
perspective and
way?
the brains. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we think that we can solve a problem, we don't talk about it. We solve the problem.
Okay.
So this is a problem. So when
Problems.
when a boy is sad,
Yeah.
he needs to be alone for a while, but also he needs to understand that someone is supporting him.
Okay.
But that support is not by talking,
Right.
because
What is
if
it
you
by
if you
is my
give the
question.
time to that person, after a while he will come back and he will tell you that okay, this was the problem, and this is the way they found out to solve the problem.
Right.
And then you will say
And
that
at
yay, and done. You can watch your movie.
You see, like, I don't like that. I like the part that, you know, guys need to take time alone to think about things, to process things. But I don't like that it would be like, okay, this was a problem and I solved it, like, yay, and then whatever. I don't like, I want my boyfriend, fiance, French fine.
Okay, first question. What is the differences between partner and cat? Okay.
Let's say partner to stay in the
Yeah, okay.
whatever line. And then I just want him to ask my opinion because I feel like, hey, like if not your partner's opinion, some other person's opinion might broaden your perspective to what are the possibilities to
I'm
the
sorry, but there are
solution.
some cruel things that you do.
Cruel
For
thing. But
example, you can-
personally, I don't do it.
You
I
do
don't-
it.
Every-
You are not
Me?
aware. Yes.
No,
For
not-
example, you
How
can.
do you know that?
Okay.
You
okay.
haven't
Let me tell
seen
you.
me arguing
Okay. Let me tell you.
with my
This is the
boyfriend.
most famous example that everyone knows. The most popular example. For
It doesn't
example.
mean you personally.
A woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Someone. Yeah.
I don't know why I have to be here to talk for his. I feel like this
Translator.
his interpreter, the anger.
What
do you
he
remember
means is actually
Jordan
Yeah, sorry,
Jordan
my
Peele, Key and Peele's what is it? Jordan Key.
Jordan Peterson. Nope.
Whatever. Jordan Key and
Yeah.
Jordan and
Key
Key and
Peele,
Peele's
okay.
episodes. He had Obama's like anger
Yeah.
interpreter.
Yeah.
I keep have to like say
I feel
his-
like kind of a
his-
moderator.
It
of
is
the
my bad because I
situation, you know.
focus on the point, not the words. It's my bad. Sorry.
That's okay.
For example, women
Mm-hmm.
can open the like they can.
The hellhole.
Okay, they can.
The hellhole is what you meant.
They can, for example,
just a literal
something
can,
that
literally,
they can open
literally.
everything,
Open
whatever.
a can as, as
yeah.
a noun.
Literally
okay.
Yeah.
can.
Of
So they
can
can
of
open whatever they want, but why do they give it to their boyfriend or partner?
Not all women do that. To make them
Exactly,
feel
most of them,
stronger.
not all.
Yes,
But-
exactly.
but
But you are not
usually-
aware of it, but you do it, and it's cruel. Okay, it's the same thing for men.
She's laughing right now, and she's
I'm breathlessly laughing.
Yeah.
Because he's the sweetest, like, moderator of, you know, protecting my feelings towards something slightly offensive. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Am I right? It is cruel.
Some people.
Because you're-
Why is it cruel?
Because it is acting. It is not real. It's a lie. We love the lie
like
too.
faking an orgasm.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
exactly.
See, we do these things
Right.
to make our partner feel good.
Yeah.
Like our
We do the same
partner.
things. We do the same things.
Right.
Like everyone is doing it.
Right. Yeah.
And it is like
But do men do that too?
there are lots of things that we do.
What do men do to make
Like, for
their
example-
girlfriends feel better?
Like for
Like
example,
the sex was wonderful. The sex was great.
Men do that.
Oh sure,
Yeah, sure.
sure.
That was
I've had many
Sure.
experiences. The girl asked me like, "Did you like the sex?" I was like, "Oh,
or
That's-
another example
wow,
about
okay.
sex again. Like for example, after sex, for
Right.
example, they want to be
Left alone.
in peace, not left alone, but they don't want to talk. But they don't want to
Yeah.
talk, for example. But I know, not I've seen it. It's
Right.
not good. I've
haven't
never, I've never seen it, but I've done it.
Good confession.
I've done
Okay,
it.
You've done it.
I
You've
don't-
done sex before.
yeah, sex."
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
For example, after sex,
Yeah.
really, I don't want to talk. Maybe I want to listen to a music or
Smoke a
something,
cigarette,
smoke a
yeah.
cigarette or something.
Yeah.
But I ask my partner, "How do you feel? Are you fine?" or something, for
It's
example.
acting. That's
Mm.
acting.
It is something that
That's
I do
acting.
for my partner.
No, it is. It really is. It
It's
truly
acting,
is.
okay.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you're. There are different reasons to it, of course, and well, we have to always remember when we're talking about these, especially these subjects, we have to set aside the exceptions.
Yeah.
I've been struggling with this, like today, a lot actually, like since morning, and the conversations that I was having with my other friends. We have to acknowledge the exceptions and we have to set them aside. We know that there are exceptions, but generally speaking, these are facts. They're facts. And so acting
They are
does exist
common.
here.
Yeah.
They are very common. They are very common. It's not that I've just experienced them
Yeah.
and I'm speaking for myself. It's that I've heard this from many of my male friends, for instance.
Yeah.
And you ask them why.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have answers in different colors, but they would in the end come to the same conclusion. That is attention.
Attention sought from the woman or from their partner.
Showing that
or-
you care, hence you pay attention.
Well, that's very smart because women do want a lot of attention, especially women with quote unquote daddy issues.
Same as opening something.
Kind of. Yeah.
Completely.
Not completely. There are, again, we're setting aside exceptions. So, like, personally, I don't really do that. If I cannot genuinely open the lid of a jar, then I give it to Gerge. If I
And there are
can't
jars,
open
by the way, that I can't open either.
it, right?
You
Yeah.
just need
Do
to
you give it to? Who do you
I
give it to? And you can't open.
I like get fucking angry.
Try.
I started hitting it with things like with spoons and stuff.
But that's a good technique, actually. Yeah, that's what I do. If that doesn't work, I hit it with the back of a knife. And if that doesn't work, I'm like, fuck it, Gerge, please
Yeah.
open it. So I don't I would not like myself at all if I become a game player of any kind, whether it be in a relationship kind of role, give my partner the jar, fake an orgasm, do this and that.
Because you try to be honest with yourself.
Exactly. Like, what
Okay,
is
but
the
sometimes
point of
these
lying and playing
things
games?
happen unconsciously. Like,
Not
for example,
really.
I ask my partner, "Babe, do you feel fine? Are you
Yeah.
fine?" or something. And then tomorrow morning, while I'm talking to myself, I say, "What the fuck? You did it again."
You feel like a hypocrite, right?
You know, you
Yeah.
do it, but you don't want to do it. But sometimes you just do
I
it.
think there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I
it is
get
not
that.
wrong.
No, I mean, at some point, if I feel the same kind of thing, the same nature of what you felt, like, I didn't mean to say that. Why did I say it? I feel some kind of hypocrisy and disgust with myself that why don't you just be true to yourself, And then I feel like, hey, like there are social norms, some coded behavior that go in a relationship, in talking to a coworker, talking to a boss or whatever, talking to a person in the street, a musician. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that because we do live in a society and we do need these little tips and tricks to make her day go more smoothly. Like if you don't say, how do you feel, babe, to your girlfriend post-sex, it's like you're gonna have problems, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
That's
you're
scary.
trying to protect yourself. And
is not
that's smart.
Okay,
you know?
for me, it's like I like that person. Even if it is not me to ask that question, I do it.
Yeah.
And while in the morning I'm taking the shower, even if I ask myself, what the fuck did you do it again? You didn't want to do it.
While he's like
Then the-
every 5 seconds, he's like,
Yeah, in the mornings.
So that and no spitting, that's what she
no,
said.
it's no, there's no spitting.
No,
It's-
it is,
Just
but
what?
without any sounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't hear him
You don't
spitting.
hear the
It's just
spitting. Okay.
the moment he puts his first toe. The moment he puts his fucking first toe inside the shower, like the moment the first toe touches the tiles
Right.
of the shower.
But it is interesting. As soon as you start to talk about
It's
this
traumatizing.
problem, actually,
It's not a problem. It's just funny.
no, it's a problem that you wake up with this sound.
I don't
is
care.
a problem.
If you
That's, like,
manage to wake me up with
existentially
that sound,
funny.
that's a success.
No,
That's a success.
No, for sure I don't do that. But I start to think about it, and it is something that I had it even before I started smoking. So I think it's a problem with my lungs.
Oh, maybe the food that you eat, like acidic foods, do that.
I remember
you.
that I started to
Oily,
do it
acidic.
as soon as I turned to 10 or something, maybe. Like my
Does your
lungs.
father do that?
No, not
No one does
not
that in
at
the
all,
family?
your
not
sister,
at all. No.
your grandfather.
Your
But
cousins?
I have problem in all the seasons because of the trees and sperms of the trees. I say, yeah. I have this
They're
problem all the
sticky,
time.
I'm
So
so
it is
sorry.
not because of the smoking or something else,
Right.
but I have this problem. I think something is about my lungs. So my lungs are sensitive.
Aw, how dare you? Do you feel bad now that you made fun of his...
No, it's fine. Okay. Anyway, while I'm taking the shower,
joking.
I ask myself that why the fuck did you do that? And the other part of me says, "It is fine. You did it, Bushver,
Yeah.
Bushver.
Bushver,
And
yeah.
then the other side says, "Okay,
Yeah.
go and prepare the breakfast for her, for example, whatever. I don't care." Yeah, and I have lots of meetings every day in my mind with myself. There are a lot, like
I do
10
too.
people in my mind that I talk with them every day.
Oh, here's the. You want to read it out loud?
Is this the text about
That's
me?
you, Zahra.
Mariam, actually. Mariam was born in 1996 in Tabriz. Her parents' divorce and her mother's search for better living conditions brought her to Turkey at the age of 10. As a citizen of two countries and a fluent speaker of her languages, she first decided to broaden her language skills by learning English language and literature. When she realized that she wanted to help people through psychology, she started working towards that goal by contributing to the activities of the UN Refugee Agency. Jesus fuck. She's currently enrolled in the philosophy program at a local university to gain basic knowledge for her future psychology studies, either in Turkey or abroad. In addition to the human mind and emotions, that's kind of given. She's passionate about music and bicycles.
That's 20-something years of your life written in a few lines. How do you feel about that?
I think it does justice, kind of, except bicycles.
What the fuck is bicycles doing
I
there?
think I told
I've never
him
even
some
seen
time
you.
ago.
I've never
Ride
even
a
seen you
bicycle,
with a
right?
bicycle.
And you've never talked about it even.
No, I've never been like, hey, Amir, like, I'm really passionate about bicycles. Do you want to, ride a bicycle sometime
But
together?
We've known each other for 5 years
I
now,
know.
and you've never talked about bicycles.
I mean, I like riding bicycles, but the bicycle that I have is very shitty now. So, and Ankara is like up and down,
Ankara is
uphill,
the
downhill.
Best place for bicycles.
Oh my god,
Right,
bicycle.
yeah.
I remembered
Yeah.
something about my language course when I was 14 maybe. My teacher asked me, what did you do yesterday?
Right.
And since my English is not good now, but even it was worse. I said, yesterday I played with bicycle, and my teacher
she said.
used that bicycle for girls, and for 2 years he used to tell me, "Did you play with bicycles yesterday?"
What do you mean she used it for girls?
He was just trying to make a connection with students and being
I
funny, make
see.
some jokes and blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So he used bicycles for girls, and he
meant
meant
he
that I
tried
went to
to-
the park and I had some connection
Yeah.
with girls. I talked to them and blah blah blah
He
blah
meant-
blah, blah instead of bicycles.
He interpreted.
euphemism
He
for-
interpreted
Yeah.
bicycles into girls. So he basically interpreted his sentence into I played with some
Thank you.
girls.
I have
Oh
to
my
pay
God.
you.
At some point, yeah.
Like, I'm a fucking translating. I'm an interpreting machine. Ashkan is from Shiraz.
Is that
Who is
Amir?
Ashkan? Me?
Yeah. He was. I'm just gonna stop the roads read thing.
Okay, let me read it. You can read yours.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read my.
You have to. You started the game. It is not my picture.
It is your picture, Ashkan.
Who-
Wait.
who the fuck is the second
Oh,
one?
sorry. The one
Okay.
above you.
Anyway, Ashkan is from Shiraz.
no, it's not Ashkan. Wait.
It is not me.
You're not from
No,
Shiraz.
it's Ali. It's Ali. Ali
You
was
guys,
born-
I'm gonna.
Why they changed
hit
the names?
loo.
You're
Let's
gonna like.
ask you. Anyway,
Hit the loo.
Eddie
listen
was
to this
born in
first.
1996 in Tehran. Upon completion of her
Yeah, that's because of the translation.
bachelor's degree in
Because of
medical
Spanish.
engineering, he left Iran in 2017 in search of better educational and career options, although Ankara was only meant to be a springboard to take a jump towards his career goals. He has already spent 3 years here looking for an opportunity to continue his studies. Meanwhile, devoted himself to teaching English out of necessity, but
You were teaching English back then.
Yeah.
You still weren't doing what you're doing now.
exactly. But he did not sit idle in his spare time either. He was collaborated on various art projects with compatriots, has started writing his first novel and has completed 2 albums of photography.
Novel? You wrote a novel?
I'm still writing it, yeah.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah.
What is it about and how's it going?
Which one?
Good question. You said it's still not finished, so the
Yeah.
unfinished one, how's it going?
Since I can't do one thing,
Right. I
now
know
I'm
that about
writing
you.
2 or 3, yeah.
Whoa, novels?
So
They're
whenever I
all
have a
novels.
sentence, I add it to the
Okay,
file, yeah.
that sounds fun.
Hmm.
What is your name?
Who are you? Yeah.
I'm Sam. Huh. It's Sam.
It's
Okay.
not fair.
What? No.
Why am I Mariam then?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, didn't he? I think he asked you if you want your name to be changed
I
or
don't
not.
actually remember that.
I
Did he
can't
ask
remember.
you?
I'm sure he asked both of you because he
Mm.
asked me too, and he asked.
And why did I say
others.
use
Why
something
did
You
I
have to
else?
go-
say it?
Well,
I
you were a
think it
different
okay.
person back then.
You guys, I really have to pee.
Listen to this and then go.
I am exploding.
4,
My-
6, 7 lines.
Go on.
Sam
then
was
one.
born. If he ever listens to any of these episodes, listen, dude, we love you.
We love you, Reggie.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah.
You know that.
Sam was born in 1998 in central Iranian city of Isfahan. Since he immigrated to Turkey in 2017, he has become a self-taught musician who is also well versed in theoretical aspects of music. He earns his living as a teacher, translator, and occasionally as an interpreter. He constantly strives to improve his musical skills in his cousin's basement apartment with no light, and more often than not without much hope. Well, I mean it did look like that. I didn't have a nice light bulb, which provided enough light, but. Sam has released several singles on various social media platforms, I think is the correct translation, including Spotify, and has performed on stages all over Ankara. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, the latter he did mainly to pay the bills and rarely for pleasure, which is true.
Oh, I was gonna ask
Which
if that's
was
true.
true.
Which was true. I don't perform anymore.
Would you do it if you had an opportunity?
Only if it's 100% my music only. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I allowed?
Yeah,
Did you
go
know
ahead.
that
Go
he
ahead.
plays
Go
on my
pee.
theater?
What's up?
Did you know that he plays on my theater?
Currently?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Gonna prepare for that.
Your songs or
Yeah. No, it's. I have to compose for it.
nice?
How actually?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told him you are going to play the piano, and he says yes, and done.
That's great.
Because I don't care what he plays, I like it.
That's being a true friend right there.
Yeah. I have to come up with. Go pee.
Actually, Gergo might ask you to compose something for his book too. So
Oh.
yeah,
Wow.
he's gonna like include notes kind of
Mm.
in his book, and he wants you to compose something for the book. What was it called? Incest and Insects. I have the book with me. Yeah.
Yeah, he
that's a
told me that he
possibility.
got a copy of the book and he gave it
I
to
have it
to
now,
read
and
it.
it's beautiful.
Okay, you don't have to pee here. We have 2 toilets.
Are you sure? You
Yeah.
have 2 toilets? I
Yeah.
had no
Go
idea. I'm
pee.
gonna go choose one
Go
and
pee and come back.
Okay, thank you
Amir
so
is
much.
going to talk about his dream. Revenge,
Where
bitch.
are you going?
I'm gonna go. I don't know. P2. Revenge, bitch. Talk about your dream.
Bye.
Okay, they're gone. I can't remember if we talked about this one or not, but I have a fantasia, so I can't see any dreams while I'm sleeping. But there is something that recently I figured out. That probably most of the people can't understand it. Sometimes I see something in my dreams, which is not dream probably because it's real. So if we consider the part that reincarnation could be something real, then probably my soul is somewhere else, or I'm seeing another universe. So yeah, it is not a dream. It is something real, because normally I can't see anything in my dreams. But sometimes I see myself in other worlds, in other universes, in other lives. You can come here. You're sitting there. You're not paying.
Revenge.
I said it. Done.
Continue.
Okay. I can explain the living room that we're sitting in now. There is a living room with something.
Wow.
2 paintings on the walls. One of them is for me, one of them is for Sam, and some pictures that I took some years ago. And there are some greens on some things again, 2 laptops, and Yegan is dancing, Sam is playing guitar. You can't hear it, sorry. You can check Ilkway or on Spotify or something else. Yeg, it's your turn. Tell us about your dream.
Which dream do you want to know about? I have so many.
actually gonna go pee.
Okay. The thing is, I really love talking about my dreams,
Mm-hmm.
but
Have you ever heard of my dream?
what's up?
Which one?
Heard of my dream?
Your dream. I've heard a couple.
He
and
watched a
left,
series
right?
in his dreams, yeah.
You
For a
mean
long-
about the scary girl outside the window, or what?
What?
Sam's dream about a
I'm
girl.
talking about the knife one.
The knife.
He used to see a dream.
Uh huh.
We talked about it in the last episode. So once he surprised someone, and then the other time the other guy
Yeah.
knew that he is going to surprise him, so he surprised Sam. So the other one, Sam knew that he knew about the surprise. So instead of he surprising, Sam surprise.
Wait.
It was complicated.
Wow. That's an indication of a super complicated
You know, it's like
subconscious.
he does something, like someone wants to kill him. So
Okay.
tonight, for example, he kills Sam. The other night,
Okay.
Sam knows that he is going to kill him, so Sam kills the man.
Okay.
So the other night, the guy knows that Sam is going to kill him, so he surprises Sam and
Damn.
kills him.
Wow. And did that happen in one night's dream, or did you have that
No.
dream consecutive nights? Like,
It wasn't even. It was more than. It was more than
Like in a
consecutive.
year or
it was
something?
like more. It was like 2 or 3 years. It was like a 2 or 3 year gap between like the
Wow.
3-4 dreams.
and
I
it
had.
just continued.
Yeah, it was like so. I for instance, I'd see the dream for the first time in, let's say, 2010, and then the next time would be like 2011, and I remembered everything,
Wow.
and the same shit would happen. Then in I don't know if it was January 2011, then the next time would be like, I don't know, September 2011, which was like close to 2012.
I know one
When
of
was
them
the
happened
last
in
episode?
2020 or something.
The last
Was
time,
that the last one?
the last time was in Turkey. I think it was the 4th time.
Do you remember
So next
when
time,
that
who is going
was?
to surprise who? Is it your turn or the guy's turn?
We'll see.
Maybe there'd
I'm
be a
not gonna say
third
anything
persona.
because if I say it, I
What was
feel
the last
it's gonna give it
episode?
away. Yeah,
What was the last episode? Who surprised who?
he killed me
Also,
again.
when was it?
Ah, he killed you.
Yeah,
So
again.
the next episode, you are going to kill him.
We'll see. We'll see.
Interesting.
We'll
Do
see.
you guys wonder like when a consecutive dream would stop?
It has stopped for me now. I mean,
But what?
I had it 4
What
times.
triggered it to stop though?
Lovely, I can't talk about this one
I don't know.
not?
I
because
have
I
no
don't
info.
see dreams.
You don't remember your dreams.
No, I don't see dreams.
No, you don't
You
remember
cannot
them.
possibly know that.
Scientifically, you have dreams every night. You have actually multiple dreams
Okay,
every
for
night.
seeing a dream, we need something that we don't have. It is like imagination in your minds that we can't do.
That's not your
Should I do
imagination.
the test again?
It's your subconscious mind,
Yeah.
which
No,
talks in symbols.
Okay, let me explain. Close your eyes. Imagine you're in a forest. The weather is rainy and foggy. Okay, you're sitting next to a fire. You're drinking your coffee, and then suddenly, a grandma from the other side of the river starts to sing something.
What does she sing?
Whatever.
No, what does she sing? Sam?
Something from Mazandaran.
Something
Okay,
very
a
Shomali.
traditional thing, yeah.
Okay.
So do you see the river? Is
Yeah.
the blue? Is the what the fuck is going on? Is the water blue or what?
Yeah, it's clear.
So
it's
how
not blue, but
how
it's
are the
clear.
trees? Are they green or yellow or orange or whatever?
The trees are yellow.
Answer.
The leaves are
Answer.
yellow.
I'm serious.
They are green and they are
Okay.
tall and the trees are very old.
Close your eyes.
And think of someone
Close your
you
eyes.
physically
Close your
admire.
eyes.
Sorry, the microphone. I'm sorry. Go on.
Close your eyes. So can you see something about the picture that you're seeing in your mind?
Yeah.
Tell us.
What do you mean? Tell us.
What are you seeing there?
Okay. So, you mean the details of
Yeah.
what you told me?
Tell us
Close
something
your eyes.
about.
Okay.
So, like for example, what are you wearing there?
I'm wearing a green raincoat. For some reason, I have bangs, and my hair is like tied up in a ponytail, and I'm fit. You see? Okay. Ah.
Okay.
All right. So my knees are in my hug, like I'm cuddling my knees, and I'm like waving to the song that the grandma is singing, and the river is not too far from me. So the fire is here, and then 3 meters away is the river.
Okay, thank you. That's the problem. I
You're
can't
welcome.
see anything in my mind, but I close my eyes.
Why is that?
Because it's a mental disorder.
But dreams are not related to
They are
imagination.
related, and I was talking
No.
about it. I think, as far as I know, we have two different kinds of dreams that people don't know it probably, and I'm not sure about it. One of them, if we say that there is such a thing called soul, our soul goes somewhere else and leaves something else in another time, in another universe, in another world, in another life. So it is closer to real something. But the other one is the problem of our mind, our problem in our lives. The things that we consider our dreams, our future goals, and blah 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 blah. There are
Yeah.
two different things. I can't see the second ones. I sometimes see something which is real.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm living somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens once in 10 years.
Right. We
I just-
actually don't have to. I'm sorry, Sam.
I just feel
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
I just think that you don't remember those. I mean, who am I to say, right, in the first place?
You
But
guys,
if I,
the
if I,
thing is, like, we don't have to speculate about this.
right,
The scientific fact is that when we go to sleep, our subconscious mind, as opposed to our conscious mind, tries to speak to us. That is the language of subconscious. Dreams are the language of the subconscious,
Yeah.
because it cannot express itself any way other than symbolic. So the symbolic dreams that we see, they represent something in real life. Like when I see my mother in my dream, it's not my mother that the dream is about. It's about what my mother represents to me. I see a lot of dreams when I'm at school. But what does school represent for me is the question. And, you know, there are websites that would interpret your dream. That's not true. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
true.
not true.
Whatever a river means to you, like, or a school means to you, it's different for every person. Again, coming back to the fact that every person has their own world. So what does that symbol mean to you in your own world is what the subconscious is trying to communicate with you.
But he doesn't-
Sometimes,
sometimes what?
sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes it's not.
But when you
what-
see
what-
something, your brain shows it to you, right?
Your subconscious mind, yeah.
It is your brain, right?
It is a part of your brain, correct?
It is the same thing that when you close your eyes, you can see something in your mind.
Yeah.
But my brain is not able to show me something.
I think that's
when
medically
my eyes
impossible.
No,
Amir.
it is a problem.
You have images in your mind, and
I
those
don't
images.
have it.
I don't
Why-
agree with that. I don't
That's
agree. that-
impossible.
yeah,
What you're
no, I
saying.
think you
I
just.
think you just doesn't remember them, right?
Well, majorly, if it's dreams, well, I mean, even if you don't say that, even if you say that you don't have what the whatever disorder that Amir has or whatever, even if you don't have that, still a lot of us, you and I, let's say, we still don't remember a lot of the dreams that
Yeah.
we would have usually. And it's, if you think about it, a lot of the dreams that we do remember of having, we don't remember the concept, the context of it, right? We just don't remember it. I don't remember many of the dreams that I know that I had such a dream. For instance, I remember like a few weeks ago, I had a dream of this girl looking straight at me while I was sleeping in the living room from our living room's window, and she was looking at me straight at me, and she had like pale eyes, like pale white eyes. This was
Yeah.
just white, nothing else. It
No
was just
pupil.
yeah, white people's right, and so, but I don't remember the context of the dream at all, and so we forget a lot of the dreams like in the same way. And I
would
think
like
for
to introduce you to Carl Gustav Jung, which did a study for dreams, which would stop us from speculating, but actually getting into the knowledge of what dreams are. Like that girl, often like what happens with me is that I remember the feeling of a dream, but I don't remember the elements or the items in the dream. So I feel like that girl, so there are concepts in a dream. One is your shadow side. Your shadow is the side of your personality that you suppress, that you do not want other people to see or for you to realize. So that little girl, or big, I don't know, with pale eyes could be your shadow side that is trying to communicate something to you. Eventually, you and your shadow side would be the same, and you wouldn't repress or suppress anything. And there's liberation in that.
Yeah, do you remember any of her dreams?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's the problem. I don't have any in my life.
But I think you just simply don't remember them.
Yeah.
Okay, but how is it possible then?
You have a busy mind and you just want to rest and then you
Like
black
in
out.
26 years, I have
Yeah.
nothing to remember.
Probably because most of that 26 years, either you've been busy or a baby.
Also, it's just merely the fact that you and as soon as I say this, it would backfire to myself as well in many other different scenarios, concepts, but the hell with it.
That's a good kind of comment if it reflects back to you.
Yeah, it's also about just believing in this and saying this to yourself for a while or for a long time. Basically, believing in it even though it's not so true. Like when you start believing in it, it's gonna feel in that way, right?
Yeah,
I mean, basically,
that's true.
what is it called? Placebo or no
Wishful
placebo. What is it?
thinking.
No placebo, a placebo, something like that. We have placebo and we have the opposite of placebo, which is like
Okay, we are
no
talking
placebo.
about something that I found out 6 months ago. And then I understood that, wow, it makes
and your
sense.
perception exactly. So you found it out 6 months ago, and then your perception toward your entire being on this earth, your entire history changed after that perception. That's a thing that all of us experience in different colors and regarding different things. And so because we are humans of amnesia, we majorly forget about the feelings that we had in the past before we changed our minds regarding a subject. It could be, for instance, let's say you used to hate
Tattoos.
I don't know, homosexual people, let's say.
Right. Okay.
You used to hate homosexual people, or you used to hate Islam, for example, or you used to hate Christianity, or you used to hate activists or whatever for a long time. As soon as you change the way you think about these people or you feel about these people, you're gonna forget your history. You're gonna remember that you hated it, but you won't remember the exact feeling. You won't remember the exact way it felt.
Yeah.
You're just gonna remember some mishmashes. Is that a word?
That is a word. Mishmash.
Of
yes.
words that you would have to produce to be able to try to articulate how you felt toward that.
Okay,
Or
we are
sometimes
talking
a
about
smell reminds you
something.
of that.
We are talking about something that we hate. So it is a normal
emotion.
reaction of brain to things that we don't like. Brain deletes,
Or
eliminates
Traumatic memories you delete. Yeah.
the things that we
But
don't
do you
like.
really? I'm not sure.
But in this case,
yeah.
I have the same thing, and now I have the reason. I don't hate it or I don't like it. It's same as my ADHD. I didn't know it for 25 years, but then when I figured it out,
I mean, did
understood.
labeling it help you?
Yeah,
figure
a
it
lot.
out?
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot.
labeling is more dangerous
I
than
didn't feel
more
guilty
helpful.
about the problems that I had. After that, when I don't want to do something, I don't push myself.
Right.
When I can't remember my dreams, I don't feel that I'm an idiot.
Of course you're not.
So these are the
Yeah.
things. So I don't feel bad. I don't hate the past or I don't like now. It is same, but I have reason for the things that I thought that I was guilty. Like for taking shower 5 minutes before the interview that I had. I'm doing the same thing, and I don't feel guilty
Mm.
because I know it's not something that I can help it.
That's like a tremendous feeling of freedom. I
Yeah,
love that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I have this, if we call it a problem, I have the same problem and I know the reason and done.
Right.
And it is not the same thing that you're talking about. I don't hate it, so my brain can delete
I
it.
never said you
But
hate
it wasn't about.
No, you were talking that it's something like when we hate something, our brain blah 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 blah. It is not the same
No,
thing
it's,
that
it's
you
not
talked
that
about.
hate, it's when we change our idea.
We
I
don't
was just giving
remember
an
how
analogy.
we felt.
When we change our
before.
idea, we forget about how we exactly, precisely thought and felt toward that. We just remember a very short, brief history
This
of
is
that.
why I think like journaling sometimes helps.
Is very helpful. Well,
Right.
that's one of the ways that it could be helpful.
Yeah.
You would say, right?
Because then, like, I can't imagine another use for it. I just can't imagine me reading how I felt at a certain time and feeling proud of myself
Mm.
that I don't feel as troubled as I used to. I don't know what the other benefits are.
Mm.
People keep
Becoming a better
recommending.
writer.
There are a lot. Like for example,
Mm.
sometimes
Yeah.
I ask myself, what did I do last year at this time? And I can go and check because I keep all of
Yeah.
them.
That's not
I
wrong.
usually go to my Google Photos and like,
I keep all of them every
But
I'm an
that's
idiot
not
when it comes to that.
descriptive.
I feel like I'm becoming a grandpa too early
how
toward
come?
technology and like these
Yes.
kinds of stuff.
Automatically save your photos somewhere.
Well, my phone is an Android phone. Android phones are
Android
phones are the
better
worst
with
at that.
Google applications, though.
I don't use it.
You should. You should save your memories.
Okay.
If you feel like it, that is.
Okay. As before we I think this is past 3 hours.
Is it?
I
Can
I
we
think
can we
so.
check it somewhere?
I don't know what.
I don't have my phone.
I have no
I
idea.
can check.
So we started at 11.
No, it
And
was
now
like 10. It
it's-
was like 10.
No, it was 11 because Amir asked me like, "What time is it now?" And then I said it's 22:59,
11, yeah.
almost 11. So now it's 1:39.
So what does that make it?
That is 11, 12, 1, 2.5 hours.
Okay, we're almost there.
That's
there's
what she,
this
that's what
before-
she said.
Before
He said maybe.
things come to an
Or
end,
she
there's
said.
there's a very
That's
important
what they said.
there's a
They
very
said.
important yeah there's a very important question.
Yeah,
What is
a woman.
romantic? What is true romanticized
Uh-huh.
love?
You want me to say what the romanticized version is, or my kind of love?
Of course, your answer should be your kind of whatever.
Because I'm the one who's answering, right?
Yes,
And I have
exactly.
my mind and my experiences.
Exactly.
So I can't say. Okay.
Well, since you're a philosopher, you would also try to answer
Tap into
objectively,
other, yeah.
right?
I would do my best, but again,
but still just be yourself, whatever.
okay.
You know, but what
Of
what
love.
the fuck is love? But and not the type of love that we would have toward instruments or hobbies
Person,
or
you mean?
passions or friends. But what
Right.
is the romantic love?
With a person is what you're asking.
with a
Okay.
partners.
Because
or-
then it would be a different answer if
Oh,
you
yeah.
said what love is. Okay.
Mm.
So for me, it is a feeling of understanding. That is such an important word and feeling for me, because based on the person that I am very prone to feeling lonely in the world. That is my dark side of, hey, like, I am this weirdo and no one understands me really. So what am I doing? And I lose that sense of community, of that sense of, okay, we're doing this together, people, whether it be coworkers, my partner, whatever. And so when a partner does not judge me based on the insecure actions that I take, like, okay, so I wear a dress or a skirt or something, and then I expect support from my partner. And when I see something little in their facial gestures or whatever, that does not approve that I look good, I draw back into my shell, and I'm like, okay, I'm fucked up and I don't deserve anything, and I'm ugly and I'm this and I'm that. And so I don't feel like talking to anyone. I feel bitter. I feel lonely. And I feel horrible. But when there's a partner who knows that dark side of me, that I'm somewhat insecure and I need some kind of support, that's perfect love for me. When your partner understands your dark side, when your partner knows what you're about, and hey, like, she said this, but she didn't really mean it. She was just acting protective because she wanted to protect herself. That looks matter very much to me. My partner's mind matters very much to me when they're like one-dimensional and when they can't see other sides or empathize with other sides. That kind of throws me off, you know. It's kind of a turn off. So yeah, understanding, looks, and mystery and darkness. That must be the most important one, actually, next to understanding.
Even more important than understanding, or as important.
Less important.
Less important.
Yeah.
But still very significant.
Yeah, I would say like very significant, as in they go hand in hand. Like if one is missing,
the other
compared to the other,
it doesn't
it's
really
wobbly.
have balance.
Yeah. So like some kind of mystery of them having their own lives, you know, and then like waking up and going for a jog, or, you know, doing their own thing separate from me. That creates a right amount of distance and a right amount of, I know what I'm doing and I'm here for you, but right now I'm doing my own thing. Then like for me, it creates some kind of, is he ignoring me? It's so attractive that they're doing their own stuff. But because like it gets mushy and kind of disgusting when you spend every second with each other. I like that the other person.
It just gets fucking boring at some point, right?
Exactly. Like, yeah, and then problems arise from that boredom, you know, because you're like, okay, I know what they're gonna say to this. I can predict their answer to this, or like, I know what they're gonna do when they feel this way.
Yeah.
So yeah, to sum it up, I think mystery and darkness, looks, and understanding for me.
You said looks?
Yeah.
How important is that?
I mean, I'm kind of not very sure about that, because if their mind is really broad and understanding and empathizing, the looks would match the mind, right? For me, it's that way. Like, if I match the mind, like, it's not like I see... The first impression is important. You see the appearance first. The looks always come first.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're visual fucking beings, and
Yeah.
we can't control it.
True.
I've heard that men are that way more, right? Is that...
I
you
think
agree with
women
that?
are
Yeah.
more like
Really?
that. Yeah.
But
I think based on like studies, women women like care more about the first impression.
No, I think men
men.
care more about the visual
Okay,
first impression.
both have something. For
Huh.
men, is just seeing it.
Yeah.
For women, is more smelling it and listening to it. So
Yeah,
the
listening.
voice
Yeah.
of the man and the smell of the man is more important for women,
Yes.
and seeing part is just for men.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
I would
So-
disagree with that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard that in the psychological literature, it's more common that men are more visual. I
Yeah.
mean, we're like men and women are very visual, but men more. I think that's what I've heard.
Don't you think that's related more to the old school thought? Because I mean, well,
it might be actually.
because the old school thought is related to a older society,
Yeah.
right? To a older zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. I was
right?
gonna say zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But I think it still applies though.
yeah, but today I feel like survival based on economy, survival based on economy, hence based on the man having not that it's necessary for the man to be the breadbringer or whatever,
The
but
stereotypical. gender
stereotypically,
roles, yeah.
right? like in society today, well, basically in society today, being able to provide financially, heavily financially, just appears to be more important than 100 or 80 years ago, maybe even 60 years ago, 50 years ago. It just appears to be more important. So I feel like today, visually, in opticals, for a lot of women, it's and I'm sure for a lot of men, but also for a lot of women, it's very important for the man to optically, visually, at least look like a very strong provider.
Okay, but are we talking about the emotional decisions or rational decisions? This
There's
is a
no
difference.
distinction.
There.
Either way, it's emotional, I think.
Now these days, people pick someone rationally
I
more
don't
than
think so.
emotionally.
Yeah,
I-
exactly. For
Yeah.
me, it's the opposite.
I think
pick
it's
Like,
not
for me,
rational.
For
Yeah,
you,
for
so-
me, it's emotionally. But
But I think
normally,
even the
like,
rational things are
now,
emotional.
for example, these days, recently, having sugar mommy or sugar daddy is more normal. That's why people
Yeah,
just
there are
think
websites
about,
for it, yeah.
we have
Oh,
this
in that sense,
decision
rationally,
based
I would
on-
agree with that.
Oh.
Yeah,
In that sense,
that's
rationally, I
why-
would agree with that.
How is
Wait.
that rational?
Well,
It is not rational. It's like
It's not
according to
rational
the
for
needs.
us. Yeah, it's not rational for us. It's rational based on society and what society is
But that again, I
making
think
you
it
ask
goes
for.
like to the political correctness that everything is acceptable. Having a
Oh,
sugar
yeah.
mommy, if that's your way, then do it. Kind of like thing.
Mm-hmm.
It might be that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you want to kill someone and you
Yes,
enjoy yourself, do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
If you
if
want
it
to
makes you
fuck
feel
Guys,
good,
a
do
3-year-old
it.
girl, then do
Just
it.
do
you
it. Yeah, it's
for
acceptable,
sure.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
They're being sarcastic. Don't believe it.
Yes, they are. That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, should we make this like part of like a thing, like the music thing?
If you want, yeah, you can.
I don't know. I feel
Yeah, we
like
can
What's
do
that?
it.
I'm not sure if everyone
Because
would.
we are not allowed to add something to our podcast because of the copyright and these things, but we
Yeah.
can add it to our like story and the caption of the episodes and blah blah blah.
What's up? What are you talking about?
So first of all, you're going to send us a picture for the
Sure.
thumbnail,
Of the.
and it shouldn't be a
Cotline.
picture of you
Yep.
and Gargo because it's the
That's boring. Why
Because-
would I do that?
yeah, okay, that's fine.
just per
because
se.
it's in the part of age category that we
What does
don't
that
like
mean?
it.
Ish?
It's like
That's Amir's. I can't interpret
like-
that. That's the
That one
only
thing
thing
you
that I
can't interpret.
can't really
and
interpret.
Okay.
also you can
Okay.
tell us one of your favorite musics.
Uh-huh.
We will share it with other people.
Hmm.
Like a favorite song?
Yeah, what's
Something
a
that you
what's a
want.
song that you've been really like enjoying recently?
Janis Joplin, A Piece of My Heart.
Janis Joplin, Piece of My Heart.
Have a little bit of piss of my heart. Piss of my heart. I just said a piss of
You know
my
what it
heart.
reminded me? You know
What
what
is
it
that?
reminded me of? I was in Izmir. I was teaching in Izmir, and I asked this kid, who's like 16, 15 years old, like, what's your favorite place, you know,
Right.
for vacation? He was like, Antalya. I was like, why? And he was like, Antalya has beautiful bitches.
But that's actually true too. So
I did say that actually, but yeah, he meant beaches.
yeah.
Can you play that song for us?
Janis Joplin?
Partially,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even we are not allowed to do that, you know.
No, we're not gonna stick it to the microphone or anything. Like,
You know what? It actually came to my mind because it says, "You know you've got it if it makes you feel good." So that's
Yeah, you can kill someone.
if it makes you feel good, go ahead and be a serial killer. Why not?
don't.
Like you were the only man. Yeah,
I really I really loved her performances, her live performances.
You know what she said about her live performances?
What?
She said, like, I was this shy girl. I couldn't speak. I couldn't, like, assert myself, or I didn't feel courageous. I went on the stage,
Yeah.
and some monster came out of me, and
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. It's cliche, but I love it.
No, she
so much.
she was a monster on stage.
Yeah.
She was
Look
really,
at that voice, the crack of that voice. It's like the deepest. I was gonna make a really bad joke, and I'm stopping myself. I'm so sorry. I think you already know what I was gonna say.
It,
So yeah.
it wasn't profound, you know, like profoundly academic singing or anything, but it
No.
was just
It
shouting.
was way out of line.
It was
Out of
shouting.
norms, yeah.
It was more of shouting, and
Yeah.
she was shouting her soul out. I think she died very young,
27
right?
Club,
27
baby.
Club. Yeah.
Overdose.
Yeah.
One other 27 Club that I love is Jeff Buckley.
Mm.
He drowned in a river singing Led Zeppelin.
Mm.
Whole Lot of Love.
He drowned in a river?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't know
say
that.
so, at least.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a pleasure.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, guys.
How do you
We started this
How'd you like-
sober.
how'd you like this tonight?
I loved it.
Mm.
Yeah. This is what I want to do daily, actually, whether it be recorded or not. This is like this kind of discussion.
Mm.
It's amazing for me. I wake up feeling like I want to have this discussion.
Yeah.
I am cursed. So, like, you know, the best part kind of for me was when with 2 questions Amir said, like, this is not what it your answer was much deeper than I imagined. I love that because I'm cursed.
Yeah.
I have to talk deeply. That's what she said. So, yeah, it was really good. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
That's what she said. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
Good night.
birthday, guys.
And we are off.